everybody. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? It is Ooh Ladies First Thursday. We should start calling Thursday to start. It should be Ooh Ladies First Day.
Yeah, period.
It's just the day of it all. I don't know. We got a contact that put in stone, but Thursday has been replaced, and it's called an OLFP, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. But hey, ladies, how's everybody doing on this great Thursday?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. I won't complain.
Yeah, doing good. I told y'all I woke up today thinking it was Tuesday. So this was the best surprise of the day to find out that it's almost the end of the week.
Honey, because we can't wait for the end of the week. Bondy. We can't hear you.
Girl, I'm arguing with Lyric right now, but we all right, girl. Fine. It's fine.
Fifth member, leave Bondy
They
alone.
arguing because you didn't put Lyric on the intro, because y'all know he our fifth member. Lyric wondering why he wasn't on the intro.
Okay.
While we at it, make sure to be following all of us. You can follow Bondy and Lyric at Bondy Blue. Follow me at Lee's Corner. Follow Jami at Jami ThatsMe. Follow Necey at Necey Dixon. And y'all gonna follow us at OohLadiesFirst on IG and on Twitter. And email us at OohLadiesFirstPanel at gmail.com and stuff. Okay. I feel like we need some fashion stuff because we like clothes or whatever. And we have some looks to be seeing and then see what it is and say if we do or don't like it or if we love it too. Okay. So the first group of people I have, we have, I gotta do a little songs thing. Wait, because we have intros, okay? We have intros. Let's get the intro together. Why was acting basic? Like I'm not at the bottom. So the first group that we have of people is Cardi B, Monica, and Lil Kim. Now I felt like these were three different looks for different reasons. Like Lil Kim face look real light skin. Her legs don't look that light skin, so like that's different for me. I like how the dress matches the shoes with the tones of the colors, but for me it was her face and legs not matching that was weird. And then from Monica, I'm not a floral cat burglar look person. That's what it gave me. Like I'm a rob somebody, but I'm also gonna be floral about it. I like the shoes because those are cute, but I didn't like the floral jumpsuit of it all. And for me, I like Cardi B look the best because it's kind of different with the pants and the heels, the crop top and the little vest. So I like Cardi B's the best. But what do y'all think about these look right here?
I like Cardi's hair. I feel like it's I feel like it's a lot going on. Like I don't know. I think it's the pants. I think everything is fine, but the pants is giving a whole lot. Monica,
but what part had you perplexed?
I guess. Monica don't look that bad. I think it's just the print.
It's too bold.
Yeah, I think it's the print, but Monica don't look bad at all. Lil Kim, her dress is cute. The ponytail's nice. I hate the African look that she's giving. The Kanye.
The African look.
Yes, Kanye with the light face and everything else is brown. And I want her to understand that it's okay to be brown. Like, I don't know. And I hate it for the makeup person that keeps doing this to her. It's just unfortunate. But I'm not crazy about any of these looks.
Okay. I just now understood what you mean when you said the African look. Like it's giving Young, Rich, and African on Netflix.
But Monica cute though, right? Like I'm sorry, I'm going back. I mean, Monica cute, but it's
she is. It's the floralness of it all. It looks really like it looked like somebody got my curtains, and it ain't supposed to be that, and they don't match the boots because the boots look like somebody's granddaughter who's a hooker. You can't have grandma curtains and then the auntie who's a hooker mixed together. Well, you could at Sunday dinner, but I don't know. Do you like Monica look, Necey?
I do. I do. I actually do. I always like Monica's looks. Monica be giving fashion, y'all. This is so cute to me. I think that it just looks funny because of the pose. Like, if she would have just wore the vest and y'all got a straight on view, I think it would have looked a lot better. It just looks weird right here, I feel like, because if you think about her just wearing the vest, all you're gonna see is like leather boots, print, turtleneck. Like, it'll all
true.
I think it'll come together if she was standing right.
If she closed the vest up.
Yeah, not zipped it up. Nah, leave it open. But if she pulled it up on her shoulders,
it would have all like gelled together. I think
right, it would have all blended together. I think it's looking weird because you can see all the separate pieces, and it's not meant to be worn like that. Lil Kim, hate it. It's giving My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
I hate it. I don't like it at all. Cardi B, that's a cute hairstyle. Literally, it took me a couple seconds because I didn't know if this was Rooster's Dora, Meg Thee Stallion, or Cardi, just from this angle. But yeah, the hair is cute, the vest is cute, the whole top of the outfit is cute, the pants and the shoes is a no for me. All them buckles. I know we going through like a 10-year fashion cycle where everything, that was
is recycling.
Yeah, everything is recycling, but I'm not ready for those pants them utility pants to come back.
Bondy.
I think that Cardi's outfit is like a little cute. I'm about to run out to the store, and look cute. Or I'm about to go to like a little cute day party where it's like a casual situation. I want to be comfortable, but I still want to be cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Cardi is giving. I actually like her outfit.
You would wear that too.
I would wear all of it. Even the shoes. And Monica looks like I thought it was gonna be colder. I thought it was gonna be warmer when I decided to wear this outfit, and then when I found out it was cold, I grabbed the black unitard turtleneck and the black thigh-high boots that I had in my bag, and then just put those on under it. It got black in it, so it matched anyway, but it don't look good. Like, it don't. It doesn't look good. Like, it just doesn't. It looks like it's supposed to be a summer outfit, and she didn't know it was going to be cold this weekend. And so she added things to make it for the weather. But she was going to wear this outfit no matter what, is what it's given to me. Her hair and makeup look impeccable. And I do like the boots. Kim, I like Kim's shoes, even though I feel like they don't go with her dress. Her dress is giving different color vibes, even though some of those colors are the same. It's clashing to me because I almost expect for it to match because everything is colorful and horizontal. And the fact that it doesn't match is bothersome to me. Also, of course, her face not matching the rest of her body is bothersome. Also, the way she holds her mouth, it's just all very weird. And whenever I see Kim, I just want to shake her. You know what I'm saying? I just want to shake her and be like, "You're still brown. Fucking stop."
But it's weird that she do that to her face. I would think if she did it to her face, she would do it to her legs too. Like, why not at least try to match top to the bottom?
Because she's not doing the full bleaching. See, I don't even know if they provide that in the States the way they do in other places. But from what I understand, Lovely T put me on this. We out here might use creams for bleaching, and that will work on your face, in your neck, because those are the places that you normally apply those products. But in other countries, there's like a pill or some type of, intake, like something you put in your body to stop the growth of melanin. So that is what a lot of the girls in those other places are doing, because then you start to see their skin look different shades and shit, and it's because it's happening internally. It's not just a skin cream thing.
I need to get a makeup artist to do her legs like her. I just want her to match
makeup
with the makeup people on her legs.
Because I've seen her on the beach without makeup, and her skin is beautiful. She looks like normal Kim, with the nose job, of course, but still, she looks like a good early 2000s Kim in the face when she doesn't have makeup on. But for some reason, she tells the makeup people to make her look like an Asian cat lady. I don't know. But you know,
she's gonna fix it. Jesus gonna fix it for her because that face is different. The next set of people I have is 3 more people who I think their looks are a bit different as well. I have Gabrielle Union, Lotto, and Regine. And for me, I love Gabrielle Union's outfit because it looks so just different, but chic and different. And like I'm just going to a business meeting, but I'm gonna look good if the people catch me on camera. I don't like Lotto's outfit. I like her purse. Her shoes look like the ones that Cardi B had on, but the print is just too busy for me. And then her hair with the bleach blonde, it just looks like she going to the mall, and get some earrings from Claire. And then Regine looked like if a church lady got her titties done and wanted to show them off at church, this is what she would wear. I just don't get the ruffly arms with the corset and then the big boobs, being pulled up top. The shoes are very, very cute though. I like the shoes. And her hair and makeup is fine, but she still look like a church lady who got her boobs done and she wants to show her titties off. But what do y'all think?
Gabrielle is giving high class chic. She looks so cute, but she looks comfortable. You know what I'm saying? The boots definitely dress it up a lot. She looks comfortable, and I would risk that. That's a cute outfit, and I'm loving the hair, loving the bob, very cute. Lotto, that bag is super cute. Not crazy about the what's that platform boots or whatever you would call them. And it's the print. Maybe it's the pose. Maybe it's not so much as the print. Maybe it's the pose that she got going on that's making it not look as
I think that's what it is, Jami.
Nice. Yeah. And I feel like it could go, right? It's the pose. Regine, cute. All the way down. When you talked about church girl, I immediately went to Phaedra Parks when you said church girl that got new breasts. But I actually love the ruffles of the feathers. The pose is hitting. Like, I think Regine looks great head to toe. I like the outfit. It's cute.
I love her shoes.
I didn't like Regine's outfit at all. I can't I cannot see her in this outfit without imagining her raising her hands up in front of the church choir. As the song about to end, like that's a dress where your hands got to be up in the air just because that's what you got the extraness of it for. Like you said, I don't like it. And you just said, Jaylee, you said it right. A church lady who was trying to show off her boobs. That's what it looked like.
Got my titties done, Pastor.
I mean, her hair looked real cute though. So Lotto, I think it's the pose, but I didn't want to say that again. Even though I said that about Monica, I do think it's the pose. I like the boots. I like the bag. It's giving funkadelic 1970s, 80s with, the 2022 flair. But Xavier in the comments mentioned that Lotto and Phaedra look too much alike, and now I can't unsee it. Everybody was saying she looked like Giselle, but I see Phaedra trying to look like Lotto.
Yeah, Lotto look like Giselle. Giselle who?
Yeah, from Potomac. Everybody thinks that Lotto and Giselle look alike. That's what the people on Twitter say. But now that Xavier said Phaedra, I'm definitely seeing Faye, heading towards Lotto's face.
Phaedra got that blonde hair now.
Okay. And Gabrielle, her outfit's fine, I guess. That's all I want to say is fine.
Fine. You don't like it?
Nah, I don't. I mean, not for me. I feel like it's specifically for a certain person.
Type of person.
Yeah. It's a specific type of person. Like I'm not used to seeing her dressed like that. So I'll just say it's fine. I mean, she looked good, but I don't know.
I feel like it looked good because she's skinny. Like, even though I love this look, it wouldn't look good on me because I got titties and stuff. So it's gonna make me look all big. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It look runway.
It look runway on her because she ain't got no titties. And she's very linear and elongated in her body. Looks great on her. I love the bob. The bob makes it like chic instead of her looking like Stevie Nicks or some shit. I do like the boots, but it's all giving white witch vibes, which I'm here for. Lotto, like Necey said, is definitely giving you like a 60s, 70s type of mod feel. I like the boots. I like the dress. I like the bag. I like the hair. I like the makeup. I like it. I think it's cute. Reginae, however, Lord, I'm just what I don't like is this disjointed. I think this is an outfit that may look better in person, but on camera, it just breaks her body up in a weird way. Her hair and makeup and tits look amazing. Her shoes are cute. Her pose is giving, but I hate it. I hate it.
Paula Reginae, the church gonna say amen. Let's see. The next set I have now. We know the iHeart Music.
Amen.
We had the iHeart Music Awards. That came. I think one day this week, but it wasn't that many people there. But I got a few folks we're gonna talk about. Okay, I have Willow, Halsey, and then Megan Thee Stallion. My favorite is Willow. I love the boots. I love the look. I love her aura. I just love the whole outfit of it all. Halsey looks like a stripper with new tits, but I think those may be because she had a baby. I don't know. I don't like the flamingo pants on her. The outfit looks weird. And I know the iHeart is like radio music is supposed to be different, but I can't stand. I just don't like it. It don't make sense. I don't get the point of it basically, but it is what it is. I liked Meg's dress, even though I feel like we've seen her in the same silhouette before. I know the boob part, like a little cat or whatever, which is cute, and she looks great. But I feel like I've seen the same look from her, and I just wanted something different. But what do y'all think?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying about Megan. Probably seeing that look before, same similar hairstyle, but I think that she still looks great. From head to toe, I think she looks really good. Halsey, I don't know what she was giving. Like, I mean, maybe she wanted to show off her body or something. Like, when did she have her baby? Maybe she wanted to be like, look at this body after I dropped this baby. I'm fine.
I don't think it was recent, but I know she had a kid. What? That was her that had a kid. I think it was her.
Yeah, I mean, her outfit at the top looks literally looks painted on her, but I don't like it at all. I hate the bell bottoms. I'm like, girl, you might as well cut them off. I guess that's what all the fabric is, but okay. Willow, I actually do not like Willow's look. I think her face and everything looks great, but I feel like everything she got on would look good separately. She just seems like she got a lot going on with these boots all the way up to the knee, and all these open little clasp, whatever, all the way up, short skirt, long jacket. Like, she and her face looks very pretty, but I don't like her outfit.
I saw a video of Willow this morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, who's that? She's so beautiful. And I feel like her outfit looked better in motion than it does here. But it's another one of them cases of what Bondy was saying with Gabrielle, where she looked good because she's just linear and she's giving model-esque. Anybody else, we'd be like, they look a damn fool. But yeah, she looks good. Halsey, I'm with Jami on this one. I don't know. Today I'm feeling a little bit different about the fashions. Like, I almost said that I liked Halsey's thing. I don't even want to call it an outfit. But then I'm like curious as to why it's so much fabric on the bottom.
That's what's weird.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it weird. It's not even the fact that she's practically naked, because I mean, you're trying to make a statement, the body given, okay? But no, and the fact that it's satin too.
you were like no.
Yeah, just simply put, no. It's that fabric looks so heavy in comparison to the lightness that she's giving us on top. So it's a no for me. Meg looks beautiful. She said she lost 10 pounds or something like that. She had been dieting for 2 weeks. She's been doing them hottie vlogs now, but we've seen it before. So it's like, you giving what you always give, Meg, but I mean, you look good.
I personally feel like we have seen Meg fuck up. I can particularly remember the short pink wig, the like powder. Oh no. Not my phone just breaking into Jaylee's music.
I have music talking about when they had her dressing like a WWE fighter.
Yes. So I feel like there were days where it wasn't hitting. And now I think she may have found a groove with the Jessica Rabbit vibe. And I'm not mad at it because I almost feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And of course we want to see her do different things, but I also don't want to see her look bad. So if
that is true.
If it means we're gonna see similar shaping and in hair in order for her to, pull off the look, then I'm not exactly upset at it just yet because I love everything about this. I think the hair is beautiful, her makeup, her skin, the dress, the leg, the shoe. Like it's everything. The red nails. Like I love it from head to toe. So I just kind of feel like, it looked good, so I'm not gonna complain. Cause she didn't look bad before, and I didn't been like, girl, do something about that. So she did something, so I'm gonna leave her alone. This girl in the middle, it's giving 97 Carmen Electra, Britney Spears down to the MTV Awards. Like, it's definitely, giving Coyote Ugly came out this summer and everybody is wearing those super low cut jeans that no one should ever wear. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is back, if y'all don't remember this, in the 90s. They loved having like the G-string showing and the super low cut jeans so you could show the V, this impossible fucking V that most women don't have. Kiss my ass. But whatever. Y'all hoes ain't real. I'm just playing. I'm slightly envious of people who can obtain a V because it's so difficult to get. And when it comes to our girl over here, I mean, her body looks amazing. That was the point of me saying that. Her body look good. Her titties look adrift, but her body look good. Ponytail, makeup, good. Willow. Wait a minute. I like it. And I like it because it goes with her vibe. Like, it goes with her whole vibe of dominatrix, vampire, which is another 90s kind of, grunge situation. So I feel like it works because this is who Jada Jr. is. You know what I'm saying? They really should have named her Jada Jr. because she is exactly like Jada when Jada was younger. It's just that Jada in hip hop because that was the anti thing to be in. And I think it's anti to be like this type of Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Now, like to be the emo rock free-spirited, oh my God, but that Willow is, I think she's the anti in her era. So I actually, and I love the boots, the short skirt. I think the jacket could have been fitted better. That's my one problem with it, is that I feel like it doesn't fit well enough in the arms and in the neck and the chest area because it looks like it may be connected. But the skirt and the boots, yeah, I'm here for it.
Let's see. The next people that we have up is Coy, whatever. Nicole, who let him I can't pronounce, and then also Kat Graham. These three looks for me was like no, and I get it. Like I get Coy wants to be different, her own self and her own skin. I get all of that, but I still feel like, girl, you're not going to bed, but it's fine. Nicole, Put a Cat Dolls girl. Anyway, Kat Graham on the end is Quinceañera, is Prom, is Bad Bridesmaid, is Bad Fabric. Her shoes is cute. I like her hair, her makeup, but I don't know what this dress was supposed to be, but it wasn't that at all. And back to Middle Lady, I feel like when you left the house and said this is my red carpet look, it's grandma's curtains, but it's grandma's curtains in Hawaii. But what y'all think?
The lady in the purple dress, girl, I thought that was Tara from Love and Hip Hop. I was like, she looked just like Tara.
That's Kat Graham.
I gotta see her. I can't even tell.
You gotta watch the white shows in order to know who Kat Graham is. It sounds like Jamie don't watch the white shows that Kat Graham be on.
I thought she was I only knew her. I always thought she was more of like a Rita Ora type person where nobody really knows what she does.
I don't know what she do either, but
I know who she is.
I just know she used to have sandy brown hair. I remember she used to look like, I don't know, different than what she look now.
There was a CW show about vampires that she was on. And that was
Vampire Diaries.
Did she play Jada? Yes.
When she in something?
She played.
Yeah,
she did play Jada.
Yep, that's her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think her dress would look cute without that extra stuff hanging on the side.
It would.
Very strong purple color. Very harsh color there. Maybe if she would have removed that, it probably would have helped. Hair cute. Face is beat. She's the only person up here dressed for an award show, I guess. But yeah, no. Miss Nicole, I like the outfit, but not for an award show. And then I just think she should have had on open toe shoes versus closed toe. But okay, girl. And Koi just came to play around. Koi just, I don't know. She ain't, honestly, when I see what Koi got on, to me, Koi not doing nothing too different than how Nicki Minaj used to show up to shows and how Lady Gaga used to show up to shows, all theatrics and animated. And that's what she was trying to go for. I think she was trying to do something that was going to make people talk about her on the red carpet.
Not in no sweatsuit, though.
She had to do something because they're not talking about her talent.
Honey.
That last song she did with Nicki definitely snapped. The Blick Blick song. She just dropped the song last week.
You can say what
Blick
song?
Blick.
I saw her moving her very long torso around in the video.
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
I did not hear it. And it's not that I don't think she is talented, but sometimes it's like, why is she here? Like amongst the rappers, she's not, like, why is she here? Like,
who are Nicki Minaj?
Huh? No, Koi.
She's not about
Koi. Okay.
Like, she's not, she's, to me, like,
just I felt that way at first until I saw her on TikTok. And I just liked her personality overall. And I think that's why I like, and she's confident in the body that she got while everybody else around her is getting enhancements. She working with what she has. So I do like that about her. And you say what?
I appreciate that about her, that she likes her body. I know that about her as well, but like,
I think she actually rapped on this last song, the Blick Blick with Nicki. This is the time where I felt like she actually rapped versus the other stuff. So I don't know if she was trying to trying to redeem herself or something. Probably. Y'all know when she did that freestyle and it was just terrible. Yeah. But I think she did a better job on this song.
Okay, make up for it.
I'll go make sure.
Yeah, y'all just check it out and see what y'all think.
I heard a snippet of it. I heard a snippet of Nicki's verse and also hers, and I was like, oh, she rapping too. But because I haven't heard much for other stuff, I just assumed that's how she sound normally. So
I just have heard her like spit gibberish, and I was just like, what is? I was offended because I was like, since when is it okay for people to just get up there and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's funny when it's a joke, but in real music, I was just kind of like, what is happening? Like, and then her dad is Benzino, and it feels like he hooked up with Nicki through some type of nepotism. Yep. Like, it's all instead of because somebody, is talented and really deserves that, whatever. She's great. She looks comfortable. It's definitely something I would wear to the Walmart. The tennis included. I would even bring the gun, but leave it in the parking lot. But yeah, no, she's cute. Nicole is doing what Nicole always does, and it's so like, why are you even here at this point? Cat, I wouldn't put that on my walls. I wouldn't put that on my bed. I don't even know who still like puts these types of things in their homes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the dollar store and you'll find something that ugly shade of purple that's that shiny. So I'm just really looking at the whole thing like, who said it was cute and why did they lie to you?
Who wanted a quinceanera?
Yeah, that's exactly. I didn't go. So Coyle, right? Whenever I see her looking like this, as soon as I saw her, I was like, "You your daddy daughter." This makes perfect sense. Her outfit is giving like somebody's age. Like, it's giving neighborhood hustler. You know how the hustlers be going to AliExpress and then flipping shit and selling it. This is what her outfit, her jumpsuit is giving. I don't like the sweatsuit at all. I don't like it. Nicole, what's funny is I was actually looking for outfits for my honeymoon, and I put something like this in the cart, but the problem is it was from Shein. I wouldn't wear it on the red carpet. So I don't like that. And then Cat Graham, No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's giving vintage. Something old. Something that somebody, hand me down. That's not it. All the looks are just so different. I don't even think that I would put myself in that level of uncomfort for it not to give. You know what I'm saying? Like that. If everybody here is showing up in Big T Bazaar and Shein clothing, and you showing up in this silk ruche high-low dress that's dragging, why? Looking like you time traveled from the 80s. It's not necessary.
She might have. Now, lastly, I have a couple men, okay, because men need to wear clothes too. And we have John Legend, Lil Nas X, and Billy Porter. John Legend looks like he came from a porn set in the 70s and he just walked on a red carpet after like watching somebody get their titties up. I feel like Lil Nas X looks like a superhero, the stance and the outfit and all. I still like it, but I'm like, is you a bodyguard? And I absolutely love Billy Porter's look. I don't like the shoes, but I love the color of his outfit. I think his makeup is great. He has his own style or whatever. I just don't like the shoes. What do y'all think?
I don't like John Legend at all. Lil Nas X looks like an action figure, and that's fine if that's what he's going for. And for the last person, Billy Porter, I like the color. Everything else is a negative.
Okay, I love John Legend's look. I like everything that looks like it's 70s-esque. I like it. Yes, Jamie, Lil Nas X does look like an action figure, but I think that he's probably on a high because what awards we saw him at the Met Gala and he looked like that action figure in all gold. So I think he's probably on a high from that and wanted to go for something similar. So I guess that's fine. Billy Porter, that eyeshadow is way too dark for the outfit. I think the liner is too thick and it would have looked better if it was something much brighter. Hate the metallic shoes with that pink set.
So if John Legend had on a solid color pant, I would feel different. He looks ridiculous. And I want him to simmer down a bit on the concealer. Lil Nas X, it's giving I could be a bottom, but by God help you if I'm a top. I'm sorry. Billy Porter, you low-key be like a fashion guy. Why does it not fit? Why are the legs? Where are the legs? Where are the legs? What happened to them? They look like someone sold them and put sticks there. It's just bad.
Sold his legs.
Just because it's like if your legs are that small, can you taper slightly? Like, and then the vest being long like that, I just feel like if that pant were tapered, I would love this look so much better. But he's constantly wearing things that seem as if they don't fully fit him, but he's okay with it, And everybody just did wrong. I feel like Lil Nas X is such a beautiful man. He really could have done way better. That's why it's just giving, I'm scared Pound Town. Like, that's all I can think about. Look at his thighs. Like, look at the way he's standing. Like, I'm nervous for whoever goes home with that nigga, that night. Like,
choose your fighter.
That's what it's giving. Like, nigga should be rocking back and forth in this picture. Like,
he probably was, we didn't see it. But that is our. Oh, did Jamie go? I thought she did because she said she don't like that legend at all.
Yeah.
That's how we have fashion. Okay, then let's move on to the TV talk of it all. So, I love that song. I want to put it as my ringtone. So first up, we have Kandi and the Gang. Okay, now while episode 1 did not have good ratings, I do feel like more folks. Oh my God, I might be on camera. I do feel like more folks are watching it now because it's really a good show. Like, honestly, it's interesting, like the characters. So the first thing I want to discuss is Brandon a good manager, because we've seen Brandon trying to handle Dominique being 2 hours late. The bar was filthy. You know, he was sitting around eating food at the bar and not helping anybody. But I feel like with him kind of not caring that Dominique was late and like not even really talking when she came in with a drink. I'm like, how she come in with a drink? And the manager don't say shit when you see the staff and understaffed because she wasn't there. She was dancing somewhere. And also, do y'all feel like Dominique is taking advantage of kind of messing with Brandon because she know he not gonna really check her because he like her? But what do y'all think? I think it's some bullshit. That's just me.
Brandon's terrible. He's terrible. Terrible, horrible manager. I think he needs to go through an orient. I think when Philip came, everybody probably should have had like a new orientation or something. Like, okay, out with the old, in with the new. This is how the new processes are going to go. It's the fact that the bar was disgusting. I don't think he was texting anybody about that. The water in the sink, the dishes under there look like they've been there for a while. It's the fact that he wouldn't even. My expectation would be that for a manager that's managing, you would know how to do a little bit of everything. So if she's not there to fill in and you're short staffed, I mean, I would hope that you probably could slide back there and make a few drinks or something, do a little something. If you're not going to do that, at least clean up, pick up. Like he does nothing, but he feels like he could sit at the bar and just eat.
And say, go make the drinks.
And then tell somebody else they can't sit there. Well, y'all, the standard shouldn't be that way for y'all either then.
Yeah, Brandon lazy. He don't want to do shit. Dominique knows that he's a simp and she's trying to use him. She like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna stroll in when I feel like strolling in. And just the whole sit down with Brian, to me, it was like, why couldn't you have that discussion with him on his own? Brandon, he has no reason to be there. And I'm starting to wonder if Candy has the same loyalty to Brandon as she does to other people, because Brandon doesn't do anything at all. He literally just oversees, as he says. It'd be different if he, you know, had the manager title, but he wanted to help out when things got out of hand. He don't even want to do that. He was like, my job is to oversee. Oversee what? You can't manage nobody.
I think Brandon is a throwaway. I think there are people on the show that are probably not going to be here once we get to season 2. And hopefully Brandon is one of those people, because I don't see the point in having someone who honestly thinks it's okay to come in and then go straight to eating instead of relieving people who haven't had a break. You obviously don't have the mindset for that job position or even to be in the restaurant industry. Go sell clothes. Go do something else. This is not what you should do. And if Candy and them are going to continue to let him be there, they're stupid. Sorry, y'all, but I'm just not going to do this with y'all. He sat there looking at that bar like that. That shit was disgusting. And that really made people, after considering how many times y'all don't pass y'all inspections, feel like y'all are nasty and they can get food poisoning from y'all. So why would they come in and, you know, come to your restaurant? And he's sitting up there chomping down on the fucking plate. Then I didn't like the way, because he got punked by Philip, for this situation, you turn around at the end and sit there while Philip talks down on Brian, because obviously Philip doesn't like the more effeminate gay men.
I know this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. That's absolutely what it is. Yeah. Because Brandon didn't do a motherfucking thing, and yet you're screaming and hollering at Brian that actually worked behind that nasty ass bar until Dominique brought her late ass in there. So Brian was doing something that, first of all, he shouldn't have been doing, because he's trying to stay sober. So you was fucked up for even making him stay behind that bar until she came in the door. Then she asking, why it's so dirty back here? Because this ain't my job, bitch. That's why it's dirty back here. Get the cleaning. The fuck? And then Brandon just sits there with his head like this while Philip is going in on Brian, talking about how he doesn't do anything. I was so mad.
Well, with Philip bumping heads with Torrin and Don Juan and Candy, and then with Brian, I really still fully blame Don Juan and Candy, because I don't think it's fair to bring in a manager and then say the staff is fucked up. And then he think, okay, the staff is fucked up. So that's my mindset. So when I'm challenging all of them and they then go to y'all then come to me and tell me to calm down, then why am I here? You either want me to fix shit or you don't. So it's hard for me to be like, 'cause don't get me wrong, Philip, you know, is team too much for sure. But I feel like that's based on what he was told coming in. Because when he talked to Candy and told you can handle touring, and she said, well, no, you've handled folks at Blaze, so handle it here too. So I think it's a catch-22 between you brought me into a situation that you know your employees don't do what they're supposed to do. And when I try to be the disciplinarian, y'all want to make it seem as if, well, don't send Brian home. Don't send Chandrika home. Don't. It's weird to me that y'all either want to fix it or y'all don't. And I also don't like how Chandrika told Philip on Brandon, but didn't bring up Dominique being so late. Like, I think it was more to tell him besides how you was helping. It's like, no, say Brandon was really fucking up, not Chandrika was late. I'm like, it's weird to me how they communicate and then shit just blow up and everybody like confused. But I'm like, Philip kind of fucked down, but also Candy and Dawan step the fuck back.
Or step up. They need to be on one accord. That's what's causing majority of the chaos. Candy don't really want to discipline nobody, but you just wasting money by paying Philip to come in and say things that you're not enforcing yourself. And I wanted to talk about Philip. Like, Bondy, you called it on the head, because when I watched this last episode, I was like, it's something about Philip that very much takes pride in him being a manly gay. And him being passing as a straight man. And he reminds me of one of my friends, actually. Even when I had an inkling whenever I saw he had the exotic boyfriend too. I was like,
Felipe.
Yeah, Felipe. He had the exotic boyfriend too. I'm like, something is giving me you like that you can pass for a straight man, a little bit. But one more thing I want to talk to y'all about. I don't know if y'all talked about it in y'all's individual reviews, but do y'all find it odd that they've been filming the show for a year? Because they keep showing all these flashbacks like 1 and 2 years back.
I did feel like that was weird. It made me feel like they probably had a hard time getting Bravo to pick this show up.
It got picked up and the pandemic happened. So they then had to shut down for the 2 years between the pandemic that happened. They were shooting in 2019 because they were talking about that during season 13, I believe, of Housewives of Atlanta. So that's when Bravo picked the show up. And that's why we see the old stuff that would have came out had they not shut down for pandemic from 2020 to 2022. So yeah, I know when Brian brought up on his speak on it that they asked him 4 years ago before the show got picked up if he would want to be a part of it. They started scouting the employees to who could be, involved. They got greenlit, and then the pandemic shit. Like even on, on Black Ink Crew Compton, how we see old shit because they had a whole second season. They had to scrap because of the pandemic and all the stuff we see. It's like, I'm like, why the fuck this shit? So it's like, yeah. So it's like, is that like?
Honestly, I don't know why they did that, because they end up leaving out so much of the story that was important to the relationships that have been formed with both shows. But I also feel like I'm looking at the situation like even more so like Candy. What are you fucking talking about? They're loyal. No. Why else would Sean Driller sit her ass at $12 an hour as a host in this packed ass restaurant every day, if not for the fact that she was holding out so that she could be a star on this show? They're not loyal. They can be patient. You know why? Because you let them get away with murder. They can get their little check, get away with murder, and then wait on the reality show thing to happen so that their careers can take off in whatever way they want to. I also feel like they said that it was 3 years. So that's what makes me feel like that first year they were filming to get greenlit and then got greenlit. So there was still a portion of time when people didn't know if the show was actually going to happen. But I still feel like they should have gave us like, why not make the season longer? If you had this footage, why not give us this footage and then give a week break in between, do the screen shit like y'all was doing last year? Oh, the pandemic happened. We had to stop taping, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And then you show up where we pick up and then give us the story, because I feel like we're missing so much and it's annoying.
Necey, Jami?
I think we all went on.
Yeah, we all went.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah. So I think that's all for not Ready to Love, honey. For I don't think nothing else happened on this.
I don't recall.
Nothing else happened.
And we'll see you next episode anyway.
Yeah, get it on.
Playing different stuff. The next show we have up is Ready to Love. Okay.
Ready to fuck.
So we still had the same old people around here: Clifton, Ace, Laverne, Carmen, Paul, Joy, Tori, Dakia, Eric, Tina, Demetrius, Sabrina, Donovan. All these motherfuckers still here. But the episode starts off with the Dakia and Eric situation. Dakia brings brings up how she don't want to date Eric anymore. A situation happened. He got too friendly doing a photo when it was all hanging out. Eric admits that he did attempt to grab her boobs, okay, because she jokingly brought up them doing a prom type pose.
He didn't say it, Jay Lee. Huh? Even though we know he didn't say he attempted to grab her boobs, they both were speaking in another language.
Well, no, because in the confessional part when he said,
he said move up.
He
and
did
up.
when he did. You were grabbing her titties. But this is my thing. This fuck all the bullshit. This is my thing. We seen the whole text shit that happened. We talked about that on panel last week. I still feel like the only part that I felt like was probably true in Eric's head was he thought they had a better connection and she would not be offended by him doing that. And plus, see how she could with Clifton touching on her. I felt like it's not
that's not the same.
I'm not saying it's the same. What I'm saying is she has a connection to two men. So it's not unbelievable. He would think it was cool, but when she said it wasn't, that's her truth.
I'm gonna tell you why it is unbelievable that he thought that was okay. From what I understand, from what I've heard, and I missed the text messages, y'all, but correct me if I'm wrong. He wasn't behind her. He was in front of her and went like this on her breast, correct? Is that what I'm saying?
I didn't hear that.
No.
Okay, well,
he was standing behind her.
He was behind her, like a prime photo.
He was like gripping her.
And
like, you know how lyric they stay behind you?
Yeah, no, I understand that part. So, okay, that's what I thought had happened. And then people in my live were explaining to me, no, she said he wasn't behind her. He was in front of her and grabbed her. And I was like, why the fuck would anybody do that?
Right.
Nobody does that. So,
did she say that though? Because I don't think
say that.
I'm confused now.
They both said that he was standing behind her. They both said he was standing behind her.
I don't listen to the people in the comments because they be making up shit and be at me wrong and I'm looking dumb. And I'm like, no, so I can't trust my
But where
they were telling me that I was on live, and I'm like, well, send me the goddamn live. Because if I can't see it, I can't, you know what I'm saying?
I get that, but at the same time, I still feel like, nigga, you knew what you was doing was creepy. I got the creepy feeling off that nigga. And I like remember he was having that conversation with Carmen, and it was with Carmen and all of that. I was like, you a creep. You a creep. He is a creep. And I think that's why
he could be a creep. But I still think if you're dating somebody and you think my thing is he said I thought we had a stronger bond.
Well,
but that's my misconception.
Grab her titties, bro.
He got her mixed up with Carmen.
No, I'm not.
I'm mixed up with Carmen.
Right. I'm not saying he should grab her titties, but I'm saying I think they both have valid points. Him saying I thought something different and I was wrong, and her saying "fuck you, I'm done." But I'm like, it was still two different conversations.
I don't think he misunderstood anything. I think he took liberty with the situation and was hoping for the best. Like a lot of you niggas do. Y'all take liberties that y'all should not take just to see.
Just to see what's going to happen.
He thought she was going to laugh it off.
Because if she was a Precious type bitch or a Carmen type bitch, she might let it slide. But because Dakia has more self-respect than that, she said, no, I'm a lady. You don't touch me like that. But that was just weird to me. If you have not physically had sex with someone, do not feel like you can touch their body in that way. Like that's just
even then in public, that's embarrassing. And that's also him.
He said that too because it was somebody else there, like Donovan.
Right. That's her own boundaries to create. You can't just I feel like by him doing that, he was almost saying, look at me. Don't stunt. Don't use me to flex and make it seem like I'm your property. Don't do that lame shit using me. So
he was definitely flexing, I think. But I also kind of felt like that was a moment where she could have checked him accordingly and continue to see how he moved. Like I was kind of surprised. It made me think more must have happened. Or I ain't gonna say must have, but more could have happened for her to just draw the line so quickly after checking him and saying like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't touch me, like I don't like that. But now that I'm talking about it with y'all, I think it was the text messages that made her be like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Because I'm like, why would she say so strongly? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with him.
You could have corrected. So you think the text stuff happened right before they went to the meet the ladies lounge thing?
I think,
and that's what she was so mad.
because she was trying to talk to him about it. He said, we ain't got nothing to talk about. So now as I'm talking about it with y'all, I think that's what made her be like, oh, I'm good. Because you got
the conversation was
on top of that. Like, how you violate me, and then I want to tell you about yourself, and then you want to
call me
I'm
a
good.
gerbil.
That had to be how it went. Because at first I was like, was it more? It was like,
because it was so simple. It was like they like each other, and then like she didn't make it seem like a big enough issue while talking about it in the ladies' lounge, and then she talked about it more in her confessional. But it was the text and all that stuff that was like, okay, it was way more than either one of them said. Because even I said in my review how Eric was so nice and is talking to Tommy, like you wasn't that nice in that in the messages. So I'm like, you was obviously on bullshit back and forth and what wasn't on screen. So I was like, that was on bullshit there. But I do feel like I'm like, did something else happen? Because why just say I'm done entirely? Not I'm mad at him. We got to work through some things. Like, no, I don't want to fuck with him. It was the conversation. It was the text stuff. Because you can't call me a gerbil and think I'm gonna be okay with that. But I would have said that on the show. I don't like that no one brought up what happened on the show. And had you not had the text, we would have still been confused on why she was so upset. And I always hate that the behind the scenes shit is stuff that we don't be privy to. And we be like, why is so-and-so so bad? Like, I feel like it was Shiloh and Phil last season. I wonder if it was stuff that happened, off camera more that we didn't hear. So that's why it didn't make sense. So luckily this season we got more information.
Another thing that also makes sense as to why I really think it was the text messages that sent her to like dead end, I'm done, was how he walked in with Nephew Tommy with all the answers. It was like Nephew Tommy didn't even get a chance to talk, probe, or nothing. He just immediately came in like, I'm the problem. I need to work on myself. I'm going to remove myself from the process. And I'm like, yeah, that's so actually not authentic at all. But okay. So yeah, he was definitely the problem.
Because you said that then he said the crime. He told the kid the crime was now number one. So why leave if you didn't even want to be with the kid?
Right, that didn't even make any sense. So we know he was lying.
He didn't want it to get exposed exactly what he was doing. I think he was nervous that Dakia. He knew he was dead ass wrong. He was nervous that Dakia potentially could have exposed the conversation they had. So that's why he started talking his little Michael Jackson voice like this. You're a space of peace for me, Tommy. So I'm going to leave, Tommy. But nah, you wanted all the fucking smoke through text message.
Because I was like, he was all caps and it was a gerbil mouth for me. I felt like
that was so disrespectful.
I couldn't even, and even him, because she tried to come for me now. I'm like, what you mean all like, but you anyway, I'm gonna leave that man because he gone anyway. So the people had to go on dates this week and
wait. I was about to pee on myself. I had to, wait a minute. I had to rush because lately, child, if I don't get there in enough time, accidents happen. I'm sorry. Listen, my life these days. Text messages, gerbil. What?
Yeah, he said her gerbil. She running her gerbil ass mouth or something like that.
He said she was running her gerbil ass mouth after he grabbed that lady titties all inappropriately, and she just said, "Don't do that." See, this what the fuck we be talking about with you niggas. Like, it'd be different if you were apologetic, but you literally like decided to rib her because she said that what you did was fucked up.
That and he said she was embarrassed.
Well, yeah, you grabbed her.
No, he said because she wasn't. He told her that she wasn't his number one. It was Carmen.
Oh, y'all see, listen. I understand that he want us to believe that, but I don't believe that Carmen was your number one. Because if that was the case, why did you have to come on this show to date her? We could have did that before. Wasn't. She was not your number one. Dakia was your number one. And I think that's why you thought what you did would be okay with her. And it was not. And you got your little feelings hurt because you felt played when she was like, oh no, you felt played. Don't do that. You felt played. Oh, bitch ass, creep ass, fuck ass nigga, they gonna sit up there in front of Tommy. It was all bullshit in front of Tommy. And I was kind of annoyed with Tommy because he was like, you could have, I appreciate you for saying you ain't ready to love. I'm glad that you're man enough to say that you wasn't ready to love. And I'm like, Oh, it's so hard to say I'm not ready to love. These niggas is hoes.
Well, Tommy didn't want to have no discussion about it, period. Did you see his face whenever the kid
I wonder
how
much info they do, though. I wonder how much did they tell him happened? Because I feel like if she would say he touched my titties, Tommy could have been like, oh, you touched her titties. But I do wonder, like, how much did both of them tell him what really happened? Like, did he know about the whole? Did she say he?
I feel like he was annoyed for one, because I was annoyed with the kid. Yeah, I was annoyed with the kid when she brought it to the ladies' lounge, because I'm so tired of these ladies bringing stuff to the lounge, but not really saying exactly what it is that they want to say. Like, I get that she was protecting him, but even whenever he had the opportunity to sit with Eric, he didn't want to investigate to find out what it was. He was just ready to, like, y'all get out my face with this childish shit. I feel like that's what he was thinking.
I think it's a legal thing. I think that they purposefully don't specifically say what happened, and then I feel like they feel obligated to address it, but nobody wants to actively say that something's happening so that they can protect the show. Because if it becomes a pattern, because we feel like this happened before, but maybe differently. But if it becomes a pattern, then somebody can say y'all are creating a space for men to sexually
or just violate as a whole,
or violate women, and they could possibly be held accountable. So I think that that's the reason why they're not fully vocalizing what is happening, but it is a reality show, so they have to talk about it. But just in a very careful way. I think that's probably the only reason why these women in that moment aren't. And honestly, I think they are saying it and they're editing around it. You know what I'm saying? So the way they edit the scene, we know that they like to cut shit the fuck up. But that also makes me, y'all, that really makes me sad that we didn't get to hear from Shiloh about that Phil situation. Because Phil just keeps coming off worse and worse to me, y'all. I'm sorry. But Phil just, it gives I perpetrated a nice guy vibe with Phil. Which makes me really, and even though Shiloh was with the crazy bitches, in the clique and all of that, it just really makes me wonder what actually happened with them. If this is now kind of seeming like it may be a thing moving forward, that these men will take liberties with these women. And another thing I don't like about it is them, like, once they realize one of the women likes more than two guys, then all of a sudden they're talking about it like she's a hoe. Because Tori did it this episode, with Sabrina. She got a connection with Donovan. She got a connection with Demetrius. And she say she got a connection with me. I don't know how you can manage all them connections.
He lame. Tori lame as hell.
Tori went down. That attraction that he had for that little second.
All right. And I got to call out the super chat from Jamie Carter earlier just because she said I was right. So thank you.
I did put it up. So thank you, Jamie.
You did.
Now, Clifton being... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, move on to the next one.
So Clifton being a jerk. I feel like Clifton not wanting to meet any of the exes, being assholes to the exes. It's like, this is season 5, season 4, whatever season. Every season, someone has to meet the ex. Either the men meet the women's ex, or the women meet the men's exes. It happens. So I don't understand why he was acting so stupid. Even I like how Joy ex told him, your questions stem out of jealousy. So like, you could be a jealous person. And don't bring your old baggage into this situation. And then when he was on a date with Nakia and her ex, how he's like, I wanted to be like extra physical to make him uncomfortable, and how he should have did that with Joy. I feel like Clifton came off and this like a soft teddy bear. But I'm like, no, I now see why you're divorced, because you're just an asshole. You don't know how to handle just being around other men who may know your girl. It's crazy to me that he was even acting that way. But what y'all think?
Scary to me.
Y'all know, eyebrows. I didn't see nothing. Okay, maybe I missed it, but I didn't see nothing wrong with the questions that Clifton was asking Joy's ex.
It wasn't the questions. To me, it wasn't even the questions. It was just his energy in both settings. He was being
trying to come off as like intimidating.
And he led with immediate, to me, accusatory. Like, it was like he was like automatically assuming that they have some type of connection. Like, you already putting this off on her, and you ain't even taking the time to like really just get to know like more about me or our background, our relationship. You just immediately went to, oh, well, I mean, how long y'all still talking, y'all still doing y'all thing? Because just like the ex said, it's rooted in whatever you've been through in your past. And she not gonna go far with you with your jealousy. So I just didn't like how like Bondy, it was his approach with the question. He just led with assuming and accusing them.
And also, when he did that shit with the Kia, that really bothered me because I'm like, so are you even feeling the Kia like that? Because you are now telling me that you're being affectionate with her so that you can piss off dude or so you can see dude's response versus being affectionate with this woman because you want to be affectionate towards her. And I didn't like that because to me that comes off as emotionally disingenuous. Like, to me, that will make her think that you were being affectionate because you just like her versus I'm trying to make this nigga mad. And to me, that was almost...
Even him trying to, he wanted to see if she would reciprocate his energy in front of the guy. I'm looking like, so nice to test for her too. So I don't like that he didn't get the point of the meeting the exes is to get more information on the person you like because the ex knows this or that. So it was weird that he took it as, well, I got to meet them, like fuck them, like, and I'm like, well, why do you feel that way?
Yeah, I almost felt like and I say this in my review, I feel like he would be scary when he's upset. Like in the way Joy fights back, the way Joy is not gonna let somebody punk her. I feel like when they get into arguments, it's probably gonna be some moving of some fucking furniture or something. I'm not saying he would hit her or anything, but I'm just saying that when his energy scared me. Like when he had that interaction with one of those men, I was nervous. Like, are these niggas gonna get into a fight or something like that? It was
but
really
the ex said like he still has issues to work on, and he might know that, but that's a risk. And when she said, well, he's a risk for me, I was like,
gonna stand on the edge with me and knock my ass over.
Like, every season is a murderer, and he's the murderer.
Girl, they say they kill black girls every 5 minutes, but yeah, go ahead and take the risk, bitch.
I just don't like it. It made me mad the whole time because I was like, it wasn't fair to the kid or to Joy to me. Because Joy defended him and the kid is clueless to knowing that he's doing shit just to get a reaction not only out of the dude but also out of her. But I'm like, honey, he showed his true colors, that he's not authentic in his liking of the kid, but also how if he don't like something, how he will feel like I don't have to be, the soft teddy bear. I'm gonna be like a little bit of an asshole and then be whatever. But did you go, Necey?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Carmen. Is Carmen still fucking her ex? Seeing Carmen walking up with her ex hand in hand, I'm like, do she know she on camera? And then even when they sat down before Paul and Donovan got there, how she told the ex, I dressed for you. I'm like, you still leading with your pussy. And so and she looks weird in my opinion. But I feel like one, she's still fucking her ex in some kind of way. And even him making it seem like y'all can't handle her life because she's around famous folk. I'm looking like, so what? Who cares? She lead with her pussy. So that's why I would be, set for some kind of way because she always leading with that. But I was like, you cannot walk in hand with somebody while you trying to date two other. I just kind of fucking her ass.
She do look funny. Funny. And that's why she leads with sex because you ain't got, it's inauthentic. You keep acting like you have this huge amount of confidence, but you don't. You got to talk about how your hair is real, but like I said, it's on less than 100% density. Then you talking about how beautiful you are in comparison to all the women, but your ass wearing blue color contacts. Like, it's given very much inauthentic. Every time we see her on screen, it's how she thinks she compares to the other women. And it's just irritating to see. So I thought it was very fitting that she was with that old ass man because I feel like only an old man would actually, fall in line with pretending like you were actually that bitch when you're not. Because anybody who was actually her age would be able to see that she was lame as fuck. So I think Paul is more her speed. Somebody who's a little bit older, just like her ex. Like he's given, I got a lot of money, and as long as I have a woman that's remotely like younger than me on my arm, no matter if she wearing beauty supply store necklaces and shit, this is a flex. So I think that that's what Carmen is for him. I can't stand Carmen. I cannot stand Carmen. I can see straight through her like glass water. You are not confident. Find something else to start talking about.
I'm with Necey all day. And she was giving off desperate. The way she walked in there holding his hand, showing off her breasts and stuff. I hated to see it. I'm with Necey. I've been trying not to say it, but I cannot stand her. I want her and Paul gone. So y'all can go and choose each other and go off the show. It's such an unnecessary sit down. I don't even think she got a real connection with Donovan. So I don't know why Donovan was there. Just and then, girl, that's enough. I'm over them.
For me, I'm tired of Carmen. I don't even like to say things like this about a woman, but please get your thotty ass off my screen. Like, I'ma just be real. Like, you're thotty. You're thotty. I don't want to call you a hoe. I feel like that's too much. Thotty though. And if you were secure in your womanhood and didn't compare yourself to the other women and wear those terrible blue contacts, girl, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Because they all gorgeous. I don't hear any.
Yes, everybody's beautiful. So the fact that you're leading with the idea that, oh, my hair and blue contacts, and now we see you online with Paul. Oh, girl, you and his weird ass can be together. Y'all are weird and y'all can be weird together. Thotty and Boppy. Okay, go ahead.
The one weird thing I want to bring up was Tina and her high school boyfriend. Do y'all feel like he gave away?
He was mad at her.
Negative stuff.
I was saying, that nigga mad to this day.
She crazy. She broke my phone. She can be a little bit stalker.
It made sense, though.
And she ghosted me.
And she ghosted me. I was like, oh,
it did.
Because she came on the show talking about, oh, I've been in toxic relationships, and I'm just like, what type of woman would want to lead with the fact that she's been in toxic relationships unless you're attracted to it? And also, so red flag number one, she came on the show talking about she had just been in a toxic relationship. Don't nobody want to lead a new relationship by telling them that you got a tendency for toxicity. Red flag number two, when you sat down with Paul and said, I've always dated older men. When you was in middle school, you was dating high school, you was dating people in college. I knew right then something is missing. Tina ain't ready to love. I said she was giving Monica so
they said these got to go home.
She was giving Monica so gone. It's something about Tina that just screams toxic to me. Like pretty, but crazy, for a lack of a better word.
Deranged.
Motherfucker.
I started tapping out on these unnecessary ass dates. I'm not even gonna lie. So I don't even remember what all the conversation was between her and Demetrius. It was another dry episode. I
don't think Demetrius said anything besides the ex saying how she ghosts folks. He don't like that. But I'm like, but you don't say shit and you a ghost. So I don't really get with it.
He not into her. He really ain't. And maybe that's the excuse that he used to try and come up with, oh, that was something that really bothered me. You're doing this, doing that. So I don't think he into her. I think he probably still stuck on Sabrina. But I mean, as we've seen him on the show, we don't even know if he really likes Sabrina like that. But can we get to what's this man's name?
Honey Laverne
and Sabrina.
So this is my question. Do y'all think that Carmen, Tina, and Sabrina made a plan to send him home that he's saying Precious told him? And if they did, why would Precious, is Precious starting shit, or is Laverne starting shit, or is both of them starting shit when they got the show?
I don't think it was those three ladies, because I feel like a lot of the ladies at different times, they just not featuring him. They've said that it was unanimous the last time. So I don't think those three ladies specifically sought out to try and get him kicked off. I think that Laverne leads with wishy-washy energy. Like, one minute you don't want to deal with nobody, you don't want to talk to nobody, then you want to come around and think we supposed to be cool, but when we tried to speak to you earlier, you weren't even trying to speak. So at this point, I don't really know which way to go with you. I just know I don't really want to deal with you. So I don't think it was those ladies. I think they just don't like him. And I think it was time for him to go ahead and get the hell up out of there. Honestly.
He came in on bullshit.
I don't think it was
Thank you, little Sally Walker.
I don't think it was a plot. I don't think it was a plot. But what I do believe is that Precious told him that because she a pick me. And like I said, because Precious is a pick me, she had been reaching for lower hanging fruit the whole time she's been on the show. And the lowest hanging fruit had been Paul, had been Laverne. So you was trying to get in where you fit in by telling Laverne what the other ladies were saying. Laverne is bitch made. He definitely tried to punk Sabrina in that scene. And honestly, before I didn't it took me a long time to actually see Laverne for who he was. And I feel like this entire episode rounded out exactly who he was, from the way that he acted on the dates, talking about I've been taking my ginseng with Ace, and her fine ass ex. Okay. But yes, that
X
man was
giving off other
fine.
energy though.
I was like,
I think he was
like he was trying
bisexual.
to date.
I
he
know,
was,
I know.
but I don't care.
or sexually
He's
fluid.
very handsome.
Yeah.
I would
his
still.
hair, his face, his energy, the jersey he had on. It was all given to me.
It all
I
made
like
I don't
his
even like
nose.
men. I'm
His
not gonna say I don't like.
nose.
I'm gonna just say I don't
He was
fool
just
with
cute.
men his complexion. I don't fool with y'all.
He was real bright. He was real
But I
bright, but he
like
was
it.
fine.
That's
It was
my
nice.
thing.
It was nice. It was cute. I was like, he cuter than both of these niggas. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, I said run the block.
Right? Laverne, go to hell.
Yeah, Laverne was on
short
bullshit.
answer.
Laverne was on bullshit the whole time. And I hope they cut us to him at the reunion for how he acted a fool. The one thing I will say is I wish Sabrina would have stayed there. And because she kept on saying it ain't like she kept on saying like that's not what happened. I was like, what is she talking about? So I wish she would have stayed and like said whatever she wanted to explain. Because I was like, what is she talking about? Like, did you do
I'm
something?
glad she did. Because when she tried to explain, he told her he didn't care. She was like, well, if you want to hear me, he was like, it don't matter. It don't matter because I don't believe you. So it's like, okay, bet. Well, I'm going to leave you to it then.
I want her to tell me in a confessional, though, because I want to know. Fuck Laverne. Let me know because I'm nosy.
I just wish she would have said to him, you are not ready to love. Because that would have cracked his whole soul. I don't think she even got to say that.
No, I think he said it. Yeah, I don't think she got to.
He said, I know the plan or whatever, so I'm gonna tell myself. And I was like, but why are you gonna do that? Because it's like, didn't he have to tell like one or two girls, they wasn't ready? So it's like, why not give her the same respect that you gave whoever you sent? You know what I'm saying? You sent home. So that's how I was looking like you came in on bullshit energy for no reason, and that was dumb.
So something else makes me wonder. It very well could have been Precious, right? That said it. Granted, she could have said something about the whole plan, but how would he know that he was actually going to be sent home? So who probably dropped that bug on him?
I think they know based on after they've been dating for like a week, it's probably a little time frame between, it's gonna be elimination. And plus, I think he said him and Sabrina don't have no connection. So why would she ask him on a date? So I think sometime they know. Because who said it was somebody else who said that, and it was weird. So I do, but I'm like, at the end of the day, he still was on bullshit. Because it's like, someone might go home, it might be you. So why be that upset and that rude when it's your time to go home? And
I feel like Ace could have been one of the people.
You think so?
I think she could have co-signed or something, but he probably didn't want to say it was Ace and she's going to be staying behind.
You're right.
It was better to say Precious.
Because she was already gone.
She defended him at the last ladies' lounge.
That is true.
I don't know why.
You know what made him look even crazier, and the whole thing just looked funny as hell? He sat there talking this whole season, talking about Ace is my peace, Ace is Michelle Obama. And then the minute your ass got sent home, you should have been at peace, knowing that you didn't met your person.
Exactly.
But
how he said, go ahead, Ace.
He was flipping his shit just based off him going home. And I'm like, if you were already planning Christmas with Ace, what's the big damn deal?
But when the producers asked him, like, you don't care about not being with Ace anymore? And he was like, is with it. I'm looking like, nigga, you ain't want to be with her.
Right.
I can't wait for the reunion for that because he was on bullshit. So Eric is gone and Laverne is gone. Who do y'all think will go home next? Because next is gonna be a female. I think it's gonna be between
Tina.
Ace and Sabrina. Oh, I forgot about Tina.
I thought Tina.
I say
too.
Tina. Yes, yeah. Tina. Rolling on home.
So the next show we have is a new show that only had one episode so far, but made a whole big splash around here. That is Bad Boys, Los Angeles on Zeus. Look, I don't watch Jonathan show no more, but I'm like, I gotta watch Bad Boys. And for me, episode 1 was a doozy. So we have Andrew Curtis, Gutta K, Carrie-Ann, William, Relly B, Mulamo, Milan, Anthony, and Dylan. And one thing. So I want to ask y'all, who is the one cast member y'all like, and who the one you do not like? And for me,
Really,
I love Gutta K.
I love
and
Gutta
I do
K.
not like Dylan.
I love Gutta K. And I feel like I'm not gonna like Moolah the most.
I love Really B, but it's a 2-for-1 for me. I don't like Milan or Dylan.
Damn, this is difficult because I really struggle trying to find somebody who I liked. At first, like I don't really like nobody, but I was gonna pick Anthony, but then he said nigga on the bus. So then I guess I'm gonna go for Gutta K, but like Bondy, the one who I know I'm gonna dislike is Moolah because you do like men's, and that's okay. Because you're doing a whole lot to make these people believe that you straight. It don't take all that. And then Darrell, I'm very disappointed. It's given I'm working overtime for my check because this is my moment. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that, really, be Darrell.
It was a lot. Now, Andrew came in hot. I feel like Andrew Caldwell, Mr. I'm Delivered. We know he was on social media before the show premiered saying he was not on the show. They said, wait till you see it. And we do see him at the promo shoot. We do see them shooting the promo. We see them at the actual, doing the little thumbnail thing or whatever. And he was showing his ass, in my opinion. And I do think he was trying to get attention, fussing with folks at camera time. But the fact that he never made it to the house, that he tried to literally run off on the plug with the money, did the promo stuff and then did not come to the house and was found at the goddamn airport, trained after he tried to cash the check. Do y'all think he was only paid to be there for a day, or was he really a scammer? Like, was he caught scamming?
He was pulling.
Hold on, what was the question? You went out.
Was he caught scamming? Because I feel like he tried to cash a check and then disappeared to the airport and got caught on camera sitting there in that suit. So I'm like, was he scamming? Or do you think they really just paid him to be there for that and then he was supposed to leave? Because that's what he was acting like.
I feel like he was called scary.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. I think he was just scared because he knew that Milan was gonna be on his ass the whole time, and Andrew's not built for that type of stuff. And it's sad because I feel like Milan, you did all of that, and in my opinion, honestly, Andrew is the biggest star. He's the biggest star of the show. So you did all of that, and maybe you felt threatened. I don't know, but I hate Andrew left because we only see him go viral by way of social media or whatever. I wanted to see him in the reality sector, so I hate we didn't get to see that.
I think he knew. I think he was talking because he was talking so much stuff, and even I was upset seeing William and Dylan come at him so hard, the dynamic duo, but how they got punked in the house. So for me, I'm looking like Andrew probably felt like I can say all this shit and talk all this shit like I'm online, but they're gonna beat me up in person. And I do think that's why he left, because you can talk cash shit online, but I mean when these men sit together, and I think had he seen the fight happen at the house, he would have left at that point.
He was gonna be acting like Dylan. Poor baby. This boy, when Dylan got beat up, I don't know why he went from thinking that just Darrell was gonna fight him to thinking that everybody in the house was gonna jump. Like, what's going on, Tennessee?
His white blood cells came through and he didn't know what to do.
No, I'm not getting jumped. I'm going home. No.
And then wanted to talk about Andrew for leaving for the same reason. It's like, baby, sit down.
But did y'all see that he jumped the fence when he was
he was trying to get the help, and Milan over there trying to help, so they not gonna jump you. And I'm like, who is you? I'm like, where's Jonathan? Bring Jonathan. Where's Jonathan? Because Milan really think he's that dude. Like, I can't stand him.
Y'all know who I forgot about?
Who?
I forgot about Kirk Franklin's son. I don't mind him. I don't mind him.
Yeah.
He seems to be cool so far.
Yeah, he is cool. And I didn't like the pressure he was getting from them dudes to confirm what line he stands on. It's none of your business.
Right.
Like he didn't say nothing. But did y'all realize how for Dylan and William, Dylan started the shit first with William because he wanted to fight someone who he thought he can beat up. And when they was actually out there about the squaring up or whatever, he looked the scaredest. And I'm like, but you started this shit. But it's like you can't start a fight and get upset that you have to fight. And then for me, really be saying, if you don't fight, if you don't beat his ass, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm like, what kind of hood gymnastics is this shit? And I was, Lord, I just don't know what to say. It was so interesting.
I loved Relly B though. Like I loved all of the antics, okay? But this is what I really, really liked him the most was when Natalie came out and tried to chastise them for their actions when she's been running amok since she's been on television. And he was literally over there sticking his tongue out at her like, I don't care about what you talking about, girl. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I loved it.
I didn't think Darrell had a point by saying, well, this is the same stuff you used to do. And it's like, yes, we understand that. But I just felt like Darrell was working way too hard for his check. It was just too much. Like
I think he was drunk.
Yeah.
Because I think they said that he said he didn't remember that day afterward because he was so drunk he didn't remember, whatever. But he looked drunk in his confessionals.
Because he's an alcoholic. And people don't like that I said that. They were mad at me for saying that he was an alcoholic. I said, so what do you call someone who abuses alcohol? An alcoholic. And you can say what you want to say, but I come from where he come from. So I know niggas like him. He's an alcoholic. Anybody that can fight like that when they're that drunk, they're used to doing that. Like his face was fucking sleep. His hands were not. When he got in that fight with Milan threw that drink in his face and that nigga face barely moved. But you saw his step forward and his hands start going. When I saw him at the airport, he was still standing in that stance. I said all his life he had to fight. All his life.
But he said in the confessional, he like, I think he said like people think I'm just, whatever based off the, what I'm gonna. He like, no, I'm about these hands. I'm looking like, why you mad, sir?
Yeah, that's his thing because he grew up. First of all, Sorrento is outside of Baton Rouge, so y'all got to understand. Boosie and them come from Baton Rouge, so you know how Boosie and them feel about gay people. Okay, so imagine he's growing up around those people. So again, all his life he had to fight. So that's why he ready. He's on go, and he is a functioning alcoholic. He was standing at the airport with one leg strong and the other leg out. And I don't know if y'all have ever seen, when the punks get into it, and that's no disrespect because that's what you call them where I'm from. And it's not derogatory. Okay. So it's a description of the type of person we're talking about. This leg is straight. This leg is flared out. And it gives a rock back and forward. So if anybody come at him, bow, and we already in there. Like that's the stand he had at the airport, y'all. At the motherfucking airport with some pants that look like those covers you get from Mexico. Y'all know when you go to Mexico and you get those blankets that they make in Mexico. Y'all ever seen those?
I like those pants.
Yeah, he had on some pants like those.
The ones with the prints on them.
Yes. And they look real soft. You know what I'm saying? But it was just seeing him stand there with the rock in those pants. Bitch, I was so tired. I was like, I'm not going to bother him. I'm just going to go ahead and go. But I wanted to ask him because I had just finished watching the episode the day before. I wanted to ask him, why you beat them white boys up like that? What they did to you?
It was crazy. Because even Dylan's face got cut and then it was how he went after
funny,
William.
They deserved it. I'm going to say they deserved it, though. I'm going to say they deserved it for a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't like the way both of y'all, once y'all figured out that Andrew was pussy, y'all pressed him. And y'all pussy. So don't press nobody when you pussy. I also don't like, I'm just saying, I also don't like the appropriation.
Yes.
First of all, stop.
Bad.
As soon as Darrell and the Bushes beat y'all ass, all of a sudden, I don't want to fight. I'm not that girl. I thought you were that girl. You said you was that girl.
They that girl in a city. They not that girl. I think both Dylan and William.
Los Angeles is big. They is not that girl in a city.
They both come off as I want to be black, and I've been hanging around with some black folk in my time where it's cool to act like this, and I think I can act like that here, but I can't. And let me connect to the other white person like me. And I think that's why they were cool. But then when Dylan figured out, well, let me try to punk him, and then I can be cool with the black people, because then they think I'm bad too. And once they seen neither one of y'all can fight, and y'all both pussy, because even when Milan threw the drink on Relly B, they ran the fastest in the first. I'm like, y'all all will. He defending y'all, and y'all just ran. I'm like, these white boys don't even know how to.
Let me say this before I forget, because I don't feel like writing it down. unpopular opinion. Calling you trailer park trash is not racist. Get over it.
That's okay. Bondy, I was wondering what they were saying was racist whenever Andrew Caldwell.
Yeah, it was because Andrew called them trailer park trash, I believe, or trailer park or something along those lines. And it's like, if you can show up on,
it's not racist, but it may be classist.
It can be prejudice. It can be those things. I will not co-sign you saying racist shit, because whenever somebody say racist shit in my hood, we whip their ass. Oh, you do? Oh, you do?
Like he black.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to rewatch that piece.
Yeah, I said that at the beginning. Yeah. But whenever Dylan was on the bus and whenever he first tried to punk William the baddest on the bus.
Him saying the baddest like that, girl, if that didn't work on the baddest, nigga.
Right. So when Dylan approached William, all I thought in my mind was like, wow, think about how lame you have to be a white man in America, and you decide to use this as a flex. It's giving you are so lame that you want a reason to stand out. So you decide to appropriate Black people as a flex rather than just using the tools that are readily available for you.
It's like, what it is. It's like what the white women do when the white men don't like them, so that they can go and be great amongst Black people just for being white. So that's what it's giving to me. Like the people that's in my community, my white community, don't like me or don't accept me. So I hang around Black people so that I can feel like I'm better, because I know that they're going to be excited about the fact that I'm a white boy, because, you know,
they want to be a token.
Yeah. Yeah. Who does Moolah Mo look like, y'all? He look like Mendices or somebody.
He look like all of them.
It's probably a conglomerate of people. I'm sure Mendices is one. Can't tell. I don't know. It's giving Mendices, Method Man. I'm sure some other folks you could throw.
Oh, not Method
They
Man.
said he looked like Paul, or Paul was younger from Ready to Love. I didn't say that. They said that.
Yeah, no. Who? Mr. Kales looks like Paul when he was younger. That's his brother. Stop.
First of all, can we talk about Relly B being 24 years old?
Girl.
Oh, he don't look his age at all.
That's a lie. It's giving
24 in 1974, nigga. What is that mustache is an old nigga mustache.
I was like, you a damn lie.
I said, that's that alcohol. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. But when we saw that nigga in his high school pictures, he looked like a baby. He should not look that much different than that.
He like he had a hard life.
But that, you know, what's funny? Somebody in my video was like, why he gotta be an alcoholic? Maybe he just had a hard life. And I'm like, but baby, when people have hard lives, what do they do? Just saying. They drink. And plus, there was a moment where he looked just like how my pa used to look when he was slaughtered. So that's why I knew, you know.
Well, let's see how much drunk he get on this season. But I do think, to me, this show isn't as horrible as Jocelyn's show, because I think Jocelyn's show is somebody being demeaning towards the cast. But I'm like, all these folks is regular people, and they just being fools on their own. So I'm like, I enjoy them being themselves for their own reasons. And if you fuck with somebody else, it's not because you feel like you have to, because Jocelyn, you know, it's different for me. So that's why I can watch this and not be so aggravated, because the whole show was fighting the whole time. Fussing, fighting. And even the preview for the rest of, well, at least the next episode, we see is more fighting and more fighting and more fighting.
Gays, or the straights versus the gays, the alleged straights against the gays, child. That shit had me, but I like Gutter, y'all. I like Gutter so much. And there was a clip of Gutter next week saying, I seen all y'all box, okay, none of y'all box better than me. And I was just like, I believe you. You a little, I believe you.
Gutter from Flint.
Somebody sent me the videos. Somebody sent me a video of him toppling a nigga twice his size. And he did that same stance I told y'all that Rel did. You got your one stiff leg and your one leg out here. That way you can back all the way back. And when they come trying to hit you, you rock and then come forward. He did that same. He did a wrestling move on that nigga. I said, oh my God.
He probably would, like, Flint is a smaller city here. And it's just a little bit rougher. Like, Detroit is tough as fuck. But Flint is different because they don't have as many
there. We know
they don't have as many resources. So like you really be having to get it out the mud. So like, you know, it's like
literally
an hour away. So I can see like how he act. It makes complete sense to me based on one, he young, and I'm like and he gay. And you know, it's just different. So I'm like, I can't wait to see how he flourished. It's the same thing how I
feel about Rel. It's the same thing because you know those dudes. You've seen them before. You know them. You've been friends with them in high school or some shit, or you know didn't like them in high school, whichever. But yeah, you know, they definitely represent a microcosm of gay men, which is why we looking at the so-called straight niggas like, so why did you come? Did you not know who was gonna be there? Like, no, it's gay when Milan Christopher is there. No, it's gonna be some gay shit. Some naked shit.
Giving gay for pay.
Oiled up.
That's what they doing.
Not oiled up gay for pay, honey.
Girl,
but I can't wait to the next episode. I can't wait to see the season because the stuff I've been seeing online, I look like I can't wait to see how it play out on the show. But before we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, make sure to like the video, please. I let it all play. The whole thing play out. Okay. Love and Marriage Huntsville is back for season 5. I feel like they never get a break, but it's fine because I like to check. So I feel like not much happened this episode, but stuff happens. So with Marceau and Tisha having a conversation, and you know, Marceau going to Africa without his wife, which is crazy to me. Him also wanting a female assistant, which is also weird to me. And even Tisha trying to bring up, you know, coleslaw in her post, even though she always say, I don't be in the comments, but you had a comment, bar comment, and got in the comment section. She should be on bullshit. I really need Tisha to understand Marceau full of shit, because ain't no way my husband can go on a trip to Africa for the first time ever and you do not bring me, and you say it's to you know, rejuvenate yourself, and I'm like, nigga, you can do that, you know, in Alabama, or you can go away without me, but you went to a whole other continent, you know, to get away from your family, as if I didn't have stress too. So I just, Marceau, y'all go ahead, because I don't know what to do about Tisha.
Well, look, when I first was watching it, and I was talking about it in my review, I was like, I understand. I get why Marceau wanted to get a break, because, you know, we're human. We need breaks. And somebody reminded me of how his ass wouldn't even go on a trip with his own family down to Disney World, and Tisha had to go by herself. So it was like a quick, like, oh, hell no. That's not cool, and that's not okay, Marceau. And I hate it for Tisha, because when it's her turn to take a trip like this, he gonna throw a damn fit, because he don't know how to manage them kids or do anything, which is very, very, very terrible, might I add. He was gonna go anyway, whether he got her permission or not, and that's just exactly what it is that he did. He don't get her permission again, because that's how he is.
I want to say this: anybody that thinks that Marceau didn't go to Africa and fuck somebody else, I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you're watching. Marceau is constantly creating a scenario for him to cheat. For instance, he told Tisha, you know, I learned in Africa that I need to spend more time with my family, so I'm going to get an assistant, and she has to be a woman. So when he's fucking the assistant, then what? Are we gonna not think that he set this whole thing up from the very beginning? I'm sorry, Tisha. I know you thought it was funny, but you brought it up because you know it rings true. Y'all, I still believe that he's fucking the hairstylist who got online and said that they weren't fucking. I still think that girl was lying because she loved him.
The black girl, not the white girl.
Yeah.
No, the black girl that was the hairstylist. And then she got on live with him and Tisha and said that she did not have sexual relations with that man. And then Coleslaw came out and said, that's a lie. He is fucking that girl. And she's so in love, she not gonna say nothing. Mel also said he was fucking with that girl. And that's how the shit came out originally, because I think they said they feel like Mel kind of fed that to one of those, one of those blogs, all of y'all blogs that be calling y'allself the same thing, Original Straight No Chaser. Yeah, all y'all got the same name and it's confusing. Stop. But no disrespect.
But they do all have the exact same name.
I be confused. But yeah, it's funny to me how the mistress and the wife are saying this nigga is fucking this girl, and everybody's like, no, Marcel probably isn't cheating. I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, because niggas go to countries that it take them a whole day to get to. What really? Okay. I don't think that Marcel likes Tisha, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's exactly where I landed. I don't think he went to Africa with anybody. I honestly think he is. I feel like what's going on with Marcel is that's my dog's toy. But what's going on with Marcel is he's stuck. He's like built this life for himself. And he thinks that what a husband and a father is supposed to do is just provide monetarily. But now that he's got this career, I feel like he truly is depressed. And I think he did go to Africa by himself. However, he bought himself time. What he likes to do is create space between him and Tisha. So however long he said he was in Africa, he probably wasn't there the whole time. He probably just bought himself some time, do whatever he wanted to do with the woman who he probably enjoyed spending time with. And just like the assistant, this whole thing was just so annoying to see. You could tell that they came on the show talking about how they would present themselves. In the confessionals, Tisha kept looking up at Marcel like she would say something as a unit, and then she would look at him like, how'd I do? And then the other thing that was real ugly was when they came on the show, he was trying to do her a favor by saying, thank you for allowing me to go to Africa. And it's like, just like y'all said, you was gonna go regardless. So if y'all want to act like Tisha is calling any type of shots, I guess that's just what we gonna pretend like y'all are doing. The other thing that was cringe as fuck was whenever she was talking like this, and then Marcel was like, stop. And she was like, and then she started talking like this again. Oh my gosh. That was the cringiest shit I ever seen in my life. Embarrassing. Okay. So embarrassing that he was stopping you in the middle of your conversation for you to talk about Ariane.
And it was disrespectful as fuck that he kept doing it. Even she was like, babe, no, listen, babe. No, this girl said it's funny, babe. And he was like, no, Tisha, you tell me all the time to stop you from talking about her. And so honestly, I'm like, Marcel, you are always doing things that emotionally exhaust your wife. And this is the thing that I think is a part of it. Because niggas know that if they do all of these like mental and emotional gymnastics with their woman, she gonna be so tired that by the time shit happens, she gonna be like, all right, bro, whatever. And I feel like that's what he did in that conversation, because at the end of the day, you know, she just wanted you to validate that the girl ain't shit. So why you couldn't just validate that the girl wasn't shit?
He's scared to talk about her. He's treading lightly because he knows that he was trying to stop her from, yes, he knows she could put him out there. And I know he probably upset that he posted that damn picture because he know he didn't open up a can of worms. So he was really trying to get Tisha to stop talking about it.
I think it's a little bit of what y'all are saying. He's like treading lightly, but also I think for him, he saw the fakeness in Tisha with all that hyped up. Oh, and babe, let me tell you what else. And he was like, you always tell me that next time you start acting a certain way to stop you. So obviously Tisha doesn't like how sometimes she comes off on television. So I think it could be that too. Like, okay, now you're being fake as hell. So I'm trying to stop you because you the one who bad. You say you think he was trying to make it. I don't
think that she actually feels like that when she watches herself back. I think when they watch it back, he makes her feel like she looks stupid. So then she's like, well, babe, stop me next time if you feel like that.
That's a good point.
Because why is she stupid after that girl sat online all that time and said all of that shit? And she got on the show and was like, this girl, da-da-da-da. She should have been able to express that emotion to you, and you should have been like, she ain't shit. And it moved on from there. But you made your wife feel little and like you couldn't even hear her feelings because her feelings were so petty. It's a part of the manipulation thing that he does, when I really feel like she's not stupid. She's not slow. She knows exactly what he's doing, but she feels like that's what she's supposed to do as a woman and as a wife, is to constantly like crush herself in order to make him feel like he's the smarter one. But I'm starting to feel like, especially when they were talking about all the teachers' accomplishments and he's always talking about how he's struggling to finish these projects up. And I'm just kind of like, so is your wife good at her job and you're pretending to be good at yours like Martell was? Because remember, they needed money in it from Mel and Martell at one point. And so I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder what's really happening with Tisha and Marcel, because everything that they show us, I think, is fake. And it's all of the little things that we notice that they don't want us to see that are the real things.
Going back to y'all point, y'all probably, the more you talked about it, Bondy, it did make me think that could be exactly what it is. Him not, trying to avoid the conversation of Miss Ariane and also trying to make Tisha feel stupid. Because now that I think about it could have been the way she led into the conversation was very awkward, and it didn't really flow. So you could tell production told her to ask this question. So he had to pretty much make her feel little by using her words against her. When you act like X, Y, and Z, you told me to stop you. And that was his way of getting her to cut it off, because he don't want to, have Miss Girl air him out. But she just did it again earlier this week about the hairdresser.
I can't wait to talk about how easily Tisha is being manipulated, not just by Marceau, but we're going to get to that.
By her mammy.
Honey, so we do see Kimmy and Maurice have a conversation. And for the most part, Kimmy was like, did you fuck her and all? Like, I don't need the bullshit. I don't need the rigmarole. I don't need the whole around in a circle. It's a yes or no question. Did you fuck the people or not? And the way he said no, never. I don't believe him. But even Kimmy then explaining how, one, I believe my husband, whatever. But her bringing up how she don't see herself basically leaving her marriage based on cheating he did before they got married, and how to her it's a different commitment. While I got her point, I felt like, but don't that mean he was always on bullshit? And how do you know that he ain't doing it now? And if he's lying about doing that then, who knows be lying about doing that now? So I can't wait to see Kimmy and Maurice in like 5 more years to see how that really plays out. Because right now she may feel like, I'm not going to leave him if he fucked a linebacker 5 years ago. But I'm like, but if you found out he lied about it, would you then leave him? Because cheating is one thing, but lying is something different to me. If I ask you outright and you lie, I can't trust you no more.
She don't want to know the truth. She don't want to know the truth because she didn't even ask him a direct question. Kimmy's too smart to not know that the question that she asked him didn't suffice to get a truthful answer. She told him, you always told me if I ask you a direct question, you're going to give me an answer. Number one, Carlos messed up with this at the reunion. Because when Carlos asked him if he had been around Ariane, it wasn't direct. It was like, have you been around Ariane and Martell to see how they interact? It was something very specific. So he just said, no, that wasn't direct. Then Kimmy said, did you have sex with a linebacker? Kimmy, that's not direct. We don't need to know if does he define the person as a linebacker? Like, I don't think she wants to know the truth. And I also feel like there are a lot of men who are in long-term relationships that operate as hoes in the public. I'm not saying Maurice is a hoe, but I'm just saying there are plenty of men that operate as hoes. Everybody knows that they're a hoe. Then they get married and everything is done very discreetly under wraps. Okay. Kimmy don't care about what happened before they was married. She told us in the interview that she already knew he was sowing oats all over. So it's not too hard for her to believe that he could have slipped the linebacker, but that's not something that you want to address on the show. She gonna stay, but whatever.
No. Thank you, Deshaun. Marcel was jealous of Tisha just like Martell was jealous of Mel. The problem lies is Mel stronger than Tisha, so it's easier for Marcel to dim her light and for her to accept it.
And because of Wanda. And because Wanda taught her to be male identified and thirsty for a fucking man. Don't blame Mr. Charlie. He's just a man and he's doing the best he can. I'm going to say this, though, about the Kimmy and Maurice situation. I feel like the question that Carlos asked Maurice was, have you ever been around them? And he said no, flat out. After his brother had said yes, he said no, which made me feel like, why did you lie? You know, everybody knows you were there. So why did you lie? I don't understand it. If not for the fact that you thought if you weren't involved or if you separated yourself in some way, it wouldn't look like what it was. I don't believe, like, I think we all know he fucked some girl on that trip, no matter how you quantify her body type. You fucked some girl that was not Kimmy on that trip. And Kimmy, if you would have found that out before y'all got married, you would not have married him. Let's be real. Y'all were living together. Y'all had bought a house together. Not just living together. Y'all had bought a house together. So for me, that means the marriage is already about to happen. It might as well be, because now you've gone into business with each other in this damn house. So for me, I felt like she would have left him if she would have found this out before they got married. But no, I don't want to be married for less than 5 years and already about to get a divorce on a reality show when, you know, under these circumstances. It's embarrassing and nobody feels like going through this shit, which is why I feel like that situation with Destiny and LeBaric should let y'all know something was amiss, because people do not be running to get fucking divorces. They cost a lot of money, they take a lot of time, and most people would rather just not be together than go and run and get a goddamn divorce. So I feel like she's just gonna sit back and wait. But like everybody is saying, Kawasaki definitely was given, you know, those big back vibes that old girl might have discussed. But I also feel like, bitch, they may have big backs, but you got big, you know, you got little bitty teeth and big gums, like in a big old, you know, horse trap mouth. So we can all point out negative things about each other's physicality. That don't make you better than nobody, bitch. You still somewhere sitting there with no man crying over a nigga that don't really want you, that you thought was going to choose you. And now you sitting up here talking to us, talking about you might want, you know, unalive yourself, but then you still going to get online to complain about the show thereafter. And I got people in my life coming to me with cold 2-week-old tea talking about Ariana is saying that she, girl, get the fuck out of here with that. I don't feel it. I'm sorry. Go call your mama, call a therapist, but get the fuck off the internet with it, because at this point, you have had no sympathy or no empathy for Mel, but you want us to have it for you. Go to hell.
Yeah, I didn't expect Kimmy to leave him at all. I've been saying it a long time ago when it first dropped. I was like, because it's so old. It's so old. Like, she's finding out about it now. And she can she could walk away if she wants to, but she can also set a standard or whatever. Like, hey, I know about this, but if I find out next time, like, I'm gonna be out. But I also feel like if they were to not make it, not that we're wishing that on them, but if they were to not make it, I feel like it won't be because of the cheating alone. I feel like it's going to be because of how he often disregards her feelings. And I don't know if people are paying attention to the fact that she kind of starts to take a backseat approach, kind of like what Tisha does with Marceau. It's kind of like, okay, well, all right, you know, and just brush it. Yeah. So I feel like over time that's going to get exhausting. And if he were to cheat, I feel like that would be the icing on the cake. And it's like, okay, I'm gone. Cause like, you already don't listen to me. I'm starting to feel like you don't respect me. And then you out here, you know what I'm saying, doing what you want to do too. So yeah, but I mean, I'm not surprised that she stayed. I just hated how he danced around the question. I feel like when somebody asks you a question and you answer it with another question, like, are you seriously asking me that? You're trying to take time to think of what you're going to say. And the fact that she had to remind you and tell you that you said that you will always keep it a buck with her when she asked you a question and you couldn't give her a yes or no. So you already asked her, are you serious? Then she turned around and had to tell you it's a yes or a no. Then you gave her more and then you finally said no. It's like, Kimmy, he on bullshit. That's just what it is. He's on bullshit.
He's better. I think he's just better. And I've said this before. I think everybody is a type of cheater. Maurice is the type of cheater that just runs girls in and out. He doesn't keep any of them, which is why it's probably easier for, you know, nobody to really find out. And Marceau chooses girls that fall in love with him and his thick ass hips for some reason. And so they don't, you know, they're not going to say anything. Martell decided to choose a young woman because he felt inadequate up against his wife. So he chose a young dumb broad that made him feel smart, and then that young dumb broad blew his life up. It's so funny that he's always blaming Mel instead of blaming Ariane. Like, why aren't you blaming Ariane for calling your phone and telling your wife to put you on the phone?
Why don't he just blame his damn self, because he the one who created the situation for his damn self? This girl was younger than you. You were being very impressionable or whatever upon her. You were the one that was applying the pressure to this young girl who was like, what, damn, barely out of college, just got to college. She was a freshman. Mm-hmm. So, sir, you were already completely out of bounds. Number one, you married with the family at this point. And then you going after this young lady that you know don't know no better. So he knew he had a full agenda.
How old is she?
Got with her.
Wasn't she like 23?
I don't know. I thought she was like a freshman in college, or had just got.
No, I think she made it. She got out of college.
Yeah, she
like graduated college.
She had just got out of college.
Because she was with the nigga, the first baby daddy, while she was
because she had the daughter.
Yeah,
got you.
Well, she was old enough to know better, but still.
I mean, yeah, granted she was, but I just still feel like instead of him pointing the finger at anybody, he need to start with himself first.
Of course, I agree.
Absolutely,
of course. Absolutely. But you know, if we're gonna be out here blaming the women, I just wonder why it always goes back to Mel putting you on a show you agreed to be on versus Ariane for calling and blowing up your spot.
Martell do that for attention. I think Martell speaking on Ariane really gonna piss us off. Him speaking on Mel pisses people off, and it gets some attention and it gets some views. So he's smart to do that because no one. But it doubles down on Ariane doesn't even matter because nobody really cares about her. But when
you don't want your kids saying nothing. You don't want nobody saying nothing about you because of your kids. But you will be out here talking about their mama.
Because he's also insane. It's like you can't. He's
a narcissist.
Yeah,
he can't take ownership of anything. Like it's been how many years, and you still want Mel to take shared blame if you cheating? Like that's so illogical. We don't give a fuck. We don't care if Mel ever cheated.
She cheated on me too, and everybody thinks that I'm the bad guy. And I'm no longer gonna accept that, sir. She's moved.
Yeah, she cheated, but or whatever. She ain't had no damn baby, and she ain't keep that shit going for no 4, 5, 6, 7 years either. Like, so what are we talking about?
You're not gonna get it until his kids is like teenagers.
That's the main thing right there, Bondy. Y'all divorced. So why is this even still?
Because you have to make her take some of the blame. Even after you hurt her, dogged her out, told her you were gonna fix it, lied, had that little girl embarrassing her and hurting her and all of that shit, all the stuff you did, and you can't even take the blame. Honestly, y'all, I feel like him and the girl are a lot alike, and I feel like their mentalities are a lot alike. That girl never showed any, like, why should I apologize? Why should I be sorry? And came up with all of these reasons. She did the same thing Martell did. So I'm sorry, but you're not going to make me feel like you are, no, I don't think that way. I think you're too gone in the head. Remember how she was talking about herself? Girls like me, we just pull them. Pull them. Oh, all right then, bitch.
This
two-parent household. Destiny, Tisha, Mel, McKinney's conversations, even though it was two different conversations over the same thing, to see how Destiny explains it and how Mel explains it, you can see they not friends no more. I think Destiny bringing up how once she doing music now. Oh, okay, you think so? And her talking to Tisha.
You can't sing?
Honey, people do all think they can. Jesus gonna fix that. But her talking to Tisha about her being a public assistant, how she had to get money from her daddy after getting divorced from a barrack or whatever. And then she brings up how, her and Mel have not talked because after the reunion, Mel overheard Tisha and Destiny having a conversation about Mel. Now, Destiny made it seem like, well, Mel said I was talking to her enemy with Tisha. But when Mel talked to Kimmy, and she's like, well, no, what I said was, you having conversations venting about me to somebody I had an issue with. That's some bullshit. And for me, I'm with Mel. Don't vent about me to someone else who has an issue with you or has had one. Because to me, you doing it on purpose. You're not gonna vent. That doesn't make sense to me. That makes me feel like you want to have beef with me. So I don't like how Destiny tried to make it seem like, well, I didn't really do shit. You know what I'm saying? I would have talked to Tisha. It's like, well, no, you were talking to Tisha about Mel and she heard you. Like, accept that as your friend felt like you did something fucked up. And you can accept that and then move on. But I think she's trying to play defense and she wants it out, I guess, with Tisha. But I'm like, Tisha weeks, that doesn't make any sense. But I can see the divide in the season already. And I feel like Destiny still isn't being authentic. Even letting us know that she was on public assistance, which we did not know, how she was scraping and surviving. I still feel like she's only telling us so much so that people will stop asking other questions and let me shift the blame to I'm also having issues with Mel because Mel feel like, you her enemy. So let me have Tisha now feel some kind of way, so then she's on my side. So I don't like how Destiny's moving at all this season.
Let me tell y'all what I think. I was talking to my mama about this because everybody was acting like I was reaching when I questioned whether the baby was LeBerry's, because we had heard that, but we had let that go. But then when she said she was on assistance, I was like, so the nigga didn't even financially support you after you had just had his baby? Like, and then he went and divorced you 2 or 3 weeks or filed for divorce 2 or 3 weeks after you had the baby. That's just a lot of things that tells me something happened for LeBerry to do you like that. So it made me feel like the kid may be his, but it also makes me feel like he didn't think the kid was his when he filed for divorce. I think that Destiny might have said to him, there's a possibility the baby may not be yours considering the timeline or something. Because remember she said they had been taking breaks. They were back and forth. So I feel like she might have thought that the baby wasn't his, and just expressing that to him probably made him do all of the things that he did, file for divorce, leave you to fend for yourself.
You're right.
But then maybe he found out that the baby actually was his, and that's why he's taking care of the baby, and they're moving forward. But it still made him mad enough not to support her or want to be with her thereafter.
Bondy.
So I'm just saying.
This sounds very I can't disagree with this. This sounds so logical.
I could be wrong, y'all.
Before, allegedly these are thoughts, but before I was like, I don't know about it. But now that you say that, yeah, that makes sense.
Anything's possible. I think in divorce, I think the fact that we knew before when they was on their first season, they already wasn't like vibing, in my opinion. I was like, why y'all get married?
He treated her bad to me. Like it seemed
that's
like
why,
That's
why I don't think it's far-fetched that he is a fuck nigga. It may not even be about the baby not being his. He could be like, you know what? We already been on bad terms. We hadn't been living together, and I'm done with you. You done with me. So I'm gonna say fuck you and fuck me. You know what I'm saying? I think he could just be a fucked up person. Like, I'm not helping you. And then she went and got all the food stamps, all the WIC, all the stuff she could get because she was a single mom. And when she brought up somewhere how she was a businesswoman and was in the business industry and then quit her jobs to do her business stuff, like the rumors that her store don't be opening there. So I feel like she's having money issues. And she didn't want to talk about that. So I think LeBerry was probably just a fucked up person and did not support her. And then because her money wasn't stacked up at all, she was any regular person living check to check. And so I got to not go down to the welfare office to get myself together because he not helping me because we already wasn't on the same page. They barely live together.
Somebody said that why wouldn't he take the baby from her then? Like, if he was able to prove that she couldn't take care of that baby, if it was really his, and he's the type of nigga that would like put her through that just because he a grimy ass nigga, then it almost makes me feel like he would have been the type to try to take the baby from her too. So that's I don't know. I
feel like no man want no 3-week-old baby.
Right.
That, and I also feel like that's a way for him to keep her tied down to where she can't be flexible and go how she wants. But he can do what he want to do. So it's like, you got that.
True. That's true.
I have to say though. Oh, go ahead, Jamie.
I was just gonna say I had like a devil's advocate question, but I'm gonna ask that later. My first thing I wanted to mention was about Destiny. Talking about Mel and Letitia, I believe that just on how they sat outside the studio and she kind of was throwing a little shade towards Mel way talking to Tisha. So I'm like, I'm sure you said some things that she didn't like. So stop sitting up here acting like I didn't even do anything. She's just upset out of nowhere. Da, da, da. And I don't see them being friends for a minute. So I just hope that the support that Destiny has been giving to Mel, like purchasing her latest single and buying into her like 7th Avenue stuff. I just hope that you're just being, 100% genuine, because I don't see her reposting you or doing nothing. So good luck with that. My question is, Destiny don't give us a whole lot about her, but should she, considering the fact that she is not a main cast member of the show?
Wasn't she a main cast member at first? They had her on the intro.
She's never been a part of like the little thing, like a part of like the promo stuff.
The last season she was.
She sure was.
She was
absolutely nothing.
And she ain't get shit. And
right.
now,
So that's what I'm
and now
saying.
she's trying to do everything.
Now it makes sense.
But not everything.
If you wanted to act the way you was acting before. But last season, whenever you had your opportunity, you was trying to make a coin off a Mel. I have to say, Destiny is lame as hell. Lame as hell. I saw it for her at first because she was cute and that was it. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, you know how sometimes you can take a liking to somebody because they look cute, they dress cute, whatever, that's it. But what we're really seeing, I believe she was talking shit to Tisha. She was. Mm-hmm. What we're seeing though is Destiny, you came on the show not giving us anything. You solidified your spot on the show by always talking about Mel and Martell's bullshit. So now that Mel has seen that and Mel has iced you out, which is what you felt that she was already icing you out before last season, which is why you start talking about communities and tribes and villages and all that.
I was just thinking that.
So since that conversation wasn't a wake-up call and you felt like Mel, she probably felt the tension. And whenever she brought up the village conversation, she didn't want to be fed from a long spoon. So now you acting the ass because you don't get those same benefits of being on the show and just being by Mel's side and Martell's side and not giving no tea. So yes, opportunist is the perfect word, Seagran. That's exactly what I'm trying to say in a short word. Destiny is an opportunist. She was hanging on to Mel for access. Mel sees that. Mm-hmm. So now she don't know what to do. So now she running to Tisha.
Honestly, I think Tisha and Destiny are a lot alike. And when, first of all, I think Destiny is singing as competition to Mel. Just like Tisha in the Mommy Blueprint was a shit on Mel after you asked Mel for the blueprint on how to be a working mother and then you shitted on her to Kimmy in that first season. Y'all remember that? I'll never forget that shit. She asked Mel for help and Mel helped her and then she turned around and talked bad. Can you believe she said she would give me the blueprint? You asked for it, you crazy ass bitch. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's just so fucking weird to me. I feel like she is another one like Destiny that y'all want to be so close to somebody, and when Mel starts to feel like y'all doing too much, she be shaking y'all asses off, and then y'all get butt hurt and want to join forces against her and all of that type of shit. Because I feel like Tisha was always jealous of Mel, always saw herself in some way in competition with Mel, even though Mel did not see that same competition with Tisha. And people like to bring up how Mel likes that, she could bring up that these men is cheating. And I'm like, I think it's because Mel feels like everybody knew what Martell was doing and nobody told her. Mm. Tisha, Kimmy, y'all knew. And that's coming out now. Just like at the end of the episode when Maurice says to Marceau, there are things that I know that I don't say. So I was like, so now we know that y'all are hiding shit because you just confirmed that y'all are hiding shit.
And none of the wives are saying nothing because they don't want to know. I was like,
they're acting like they didn't even hear that shit. And Tisha talking about, I'm not hurt. You a bald-faced lie, bitch. It's written all over your face. Like she about to cry right now. She gonna cry in the car on the way home.
Can we talk about though? I feel like in that last scene, I like Kimmy, I really do, but I feel like her and Maurice was trying to manipulate Tisha. They felt like if they couldn't get through to Marceau for their fight or whatever argument they was making, they're like, okay, we're gonna get your wife involved because we know she's easily triggered. So let's trigger her into making you feel away and really getting on your damn nerves. I felt like that's exactly what they were doing. Like the whole thing was all about, why did you post a picture instead of trying to figure out why your husband didn't give you a direct answer when you asked him if you slept with another woman in ATL.
Let's talk about your husband lying at the reunion, because everybody keep forgetting about, like, that's the first thing we gotta address. They keep talking about the picture, but the picture wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the lie. Like that's the first thing we gotta get to.
Lied. And then I'm trying to think, what the fuck was really, what was Marceau thinking? How did Marceau, this is how you know Marceau don't give a fuck about Tisha feelings at all. Because he knew that people would think that, oh, so all y'all was doing, this was the side chicks weekend. Like we had said, oh, so everybody invited their side chicks out. And he knew that it didn't matter because nobody gives a fuck how Tisha feels. And nobody cares how your wife feels. But we can't be mad at each other when he said that.
I don't think he thought that.
What
I don't think he thought literally when he said that he wasn't thinking that people were going to go right to cheating, I don't think he thought that.
How? That's
I think that, I mean, that makes perfect sense, but I feel like he did that in a heat of passion. He was so mad. You tired of looking like the bad guy all the time. My brother lying. They ain't only going to be talking about me. Boom, let me post this picture. And I think he really thought that it was going to be like, wow, Maurice was really there. Because at least on the stage, he said, yes, he did see it. But he didn't think about, I don't think he thought about all the extraness that was going to come after. I really don't. I think he just did it because he was mad and wanted to prove that his brother was a liar.
Was there.
That's the thing that killed me.
Tisha said in it. Tisha said in the beginning how he was messy. So I feel like when Kimmy and Maurice was saying to Tisha how you feel, Tisha felt how they felt. He was wrong for doing it. It was some messy bullshit, and why do that? So I don't think they were trying to manipulate her, but I think they knew she didn't like it either. Because at the end of the day, it made them all look bad, not just Maurice and Kimmy, but also Tisha and Marcel. Because your husband and your brother and his brother and Martell been on bullshit. Here's the proof, and you posting that not giving a fuck means you don't care how your wife was looked at, because your wife is now looking at somebody who ignores the bullshit. And so I thought it was weird how Tisha at the dinner then said, well, I didn't care. But earlier we talked to Marcel at the table, you said then, you know you was messy for that while you posted. So it's weird that she backed up Marcel's point because he gave her talking points. Because again, I don't care what anybody say, if they don't know me or whatever. It's only when somebody I know posts and shit, I email, that she feels some kind of way. But I'm looking like, that's old bullshit. At the end of the day, your husband, this is my thing. Marcel shouldn't have posted. Even if Maurice is lying, you admitted your part. You posting that didn't make you look any better. It made your brother look worse. So to me, it's like, that's why Maurice and Marcel should have beef. Because, nigga, you called me out. Even if I'm lying, so what? You wasn't. Why call me out? Because Marcel likes to also cause mess. He likes being messy.
And that's what funny. It is. It was funny to me that Maurice and Kimmy said, you thought you were doing something by posting it, but it really just made you look worse. And my thing is, really, did it? I mean, everybody said that Marcel was messed up for posting a picture, but I don't think he has the type of conscience to where it's like, damn, more people dislike me. I think the conversation was equally 50-50 once it got posted. Damn, Marcel threw his brother under the bus. Damn, he was with a linebacker. I won't even say 50-50. I'll probably say 60% of the conversation was about the linebacker and less of it was about the picture. So it's just funny to me the lengths that we see Kimmy going in order to stand by his side. The other thing, comical as fuck. As long as we've seen them on the show, how many of Kimmy's battles has she had to fight alone? I've never seen Maurice step up the way that he has until now.
At that table.
To have a unified cause with Kimmy, because usually everything is so dumb. It's like calling him an alien when he's not an alien. So why is it that you want to fight for this cause, but everything else, it wasn't a big deal to you before? It's just real timely.
That's because she ate that ass up when they got home. That's because she let him know, I'm not motherfucking Tisha. I'm not going to stay married to your ass if you think you're going to put me through that. That's what that conversation was. And I can pretty much guess. And the thing for me that kills me about Marceau is that, Marceau, are you really mad that people view you as the bad guy? Because you don't ever clear anything up. Anytime Tisha has asked you about something, has given you an opportunity on camera to clear shit up, you think it's funny and you like to play into it. And, oh, I got 2 kids. And, you laugh at it. You never clear it up. So why the fuck now do you care about people viewing you as the bad guy and Maurice as the good guy? Because Maurice has always cared more about the way people view him than, how you feel. So that's just very confusing to me. But we forget that they have some type of sibling rivalry for some reason. I don't know why, but they seem to be in some type of hidden competition with one another.
And Marceau is the younger brother. It reminded me of my sister did some shit to me like that. It wasn't like that. It wasn't the same scenario. We a year apart, and we got mad at each other over something, and I said something she did wrong, and then she said something I did wrong, and then we both got in trouble. That's what it made me think of.
Mm-hmm. Like just being stupid because you're mad in a moment.
Trying to make the other one look worse.
Yeah. And it's like, but no, not everybody's in trouble. And to me, it just made it, y'all, I guess so. I know we hate Tisha on the slick, and I don't mean hate her, but y'all know we can't stand watching her because she's just so transparent and she thinks she's not transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand when somebody is obviously like a hater and upset and you can tell and they acting like they unbothered. But it bothers me because I feel like every time I see Tisha, she looks so sad. Every time I see Tisha,
especially when she was laughing about Ariane. That's what was so cringe, because her eyes looked sad, but you sitting there laughing to us about Ariane when you know this shit ain't funny.
In that part when they asked if she was hurt, no, I'm not hurt. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day, if I want to read it or not. And it's like, girl, this man makes you feel so bad, and you know it, and you're really sitting up here telling us that we're not seeing what we're seeing. But every time you say something, you looking for validation. She looked beautiful in that confessional with the turquoise and the gloves and a ponytail with the flip. I thought she looked amazing. But I hate watching Tisha because Tisha is one of those pick-me's that gets mad at everybody else because they are telling her, girl, he does not love you like that. He may want to have kids with you. He may find you as a good partner to be in a relationship with, but he doesn't like you enough to care about your feelings. And he's not even trying to fuck you. Girl, get you a side nigga and get out my face.
Well, hopefully next season she gets it together because it's foolishness all up and through. But I think that's all we have for Love and Marriage, Huntsville. The season does look like it's going to be amazing, though. So that is what I can't wait to see unfold. Who gets punched in the throat? But let's move on to a couple of gossip chat topics real quick. So it always be nothing, and all of a sudden it be something. And that, to me, starts with Meg and Carl punk-ass Crawford, who I feel like his name should just be Evelyn Lozada Baby Daddy, because that's what we know him as, and he's on bullshit consistently. So Carl Crawford is the CEO of 1501. That is Meg's label. And they have been back and forth about her being on the label, her going out the deal. And her last album, Something for the Hotties, was supposed to be like the last album on the label, and they then said, well, no, it's not, we want more albums or more money. And so they ended up going back and forth on social media. We seen Meg posting about how she don't say shit about what's going on in court, but she does not want to consistently be painted as the bad guy 24/7. How her lawyers asked them for an expense report, and 1501 sent over, stuff about jewelry and chain that he had got, and it's some bullshit. We then seen how Carl was posting up how she's hiding behind Rock Nation and how to keep her bullshit as mixtape and to send over that straight drop whenever you're ready. I'm looking like he gets on my goddamn nerves. He also went on mixtape. Yeah, he also went on his stories and said, don't believe that bullshit. I'm not on Twitter, so I don't have Twitter fingers. Even though he was consistently posting on everything, he claimed he's gonna have a defamation claim, and then called her a bona fide alcoholic who fucked the whole industry, including her best friend. But I'm like, this coming from Evelyn Lozada's baby daddy. She is also community puss. Megan kind of hit back and just saying how people like looking up Rock Nation, but as her team, she don't care. And again, how can I owe you any of my money outside of music when your team can't provide actual statements on what I owe? And she ended up calling him a cokehead, a powderhead, and told him stop hiding behind Jay Prince, and also to ask Kevin Locke where your money at. So her point is, I don't have your money, they do, get off my back. I don't like how men try to attack women and call them sluts, basically in a business sense. If you about money in the business of it, what does her drinking or even fucking whoever have anything to do with it? So I don't trust Carl. I don't like Carl, and I now get why he was with Evelyn, because it's a piece of shit. But the back and forth was crazy. What do y'all think, real quick?
I just feel like if you're gonna be about the business, be about the business. Why are you on social media? Why are you doing that? I hate it. I don't know if he's trying to win over by public opinion or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But if you're gonna go about it to sue her, with the lawsuit, then keep it with the courts, keep it legal. Like, it's not even a point. And to bring in her sexual history, if that is the case, or even if it ain't none of your business, and it ain't our business. So why slut shame her when you out here suing her for money? What that got to do with the album? And even if that is what she want to do, hell, that's what she promotes in her music. If that's what she want to do, that's what she want. Ain't period. What you out here doing? Okay, you got look at your baby mama, but don't you got more than one child too? So who you been out here doing something with in the industry? I think that was whack, and that was just a lame move on his part.
Which one of Evelyn's baby daddies play baseball? Not him.
It's him.
He
the youngest son. He her son's father. There's the older daughter, and then it's the son.
So he plays baseball, but he is a part of this label as well.
I think he's retired in baseball now.
Yeah, he retired.
He retired, and then he used the money to start this label. Meg was one of his first artists, which is really kind of what set him off, to be honest. Like, nobody probably was going to take him seriously until he came with her. So that's probably why he wants to hold on to her so bad. But he's doing what a lot of y'all do. Y'all take advantage of these artists. Y'all put them in terrible fucking contracts. And when somebody, schools them on what they should have, you get mad and want to do all this bitch made shit. To me, the slut shaming and talking about her doing drugs. Everybody in the industry is fucking and doing drugs. So what that got to do with what we talking about right now? Where is the receipts? Where's the ledger, nigga? Like, get out of here with this stupid ass shit. You just look thirsty like the rest of these bum ass niggas to try to embarrass a woman because you can't get your way. I'm over it.
Yeah, I knew he was full of shit whenever he said he fucked the whole industry. Anytime a nigga get mad, they always talk about fuck the whole XYZ.
And who the fuck is the whole industry?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Who is the whole industry except for you trying to make her sound bad? Get out of who she fucking, first of all. Like Jami said, if it's supposed to be about the business, let it be about the business.
And somebody said that's what your 20s are for. That's what your 20s are for, to fuck the industry.
He just seemed like he gonna always be. That's the whole phase. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I don't think Meg even has that kind of reputation. So it's like, to bring that in means to me you don't have proof of anything else. You don't have any proof of what money you put into it. Because if you did, post the receipts. So trying to kind of shame her that's why he gets my goddamn nerves. I'm gonna punch his fucking throat. But let's hope. I seen people asking why won't Roc Nation get her contract. They tried. That was why the last album was supposed to be the last album, and they at first approved it, saying, "Okay, we'll accept it." But then after the fact, they then said, "Well, no, we're not gonna accept it. Give us 2 more albums or some money." So they on bullshit. And he just seemed like he's on bullshit, and we don't like him. But let's move on to another beef on social media, and that was Ryan and Charmaine from Black Ink Crew. Girl. Charmaine quit. Well, Charmaine said she quit. She's leaving the show. She will not be on anymore. She made that post initially. She then came on and blasted Ryan, basically saying that Ryan is a hater, called him a narcissist. And it looked like it's based on Ryan liking some post on social media. And someone then said, the post was about Second City. And Ryan said, psych. And that was her, I guess, to-go moment. I don't know. I felt like I wish she would have posted something more incriminating besides this. Because I kept on thinking he probably was commenting on somebody's tattoo. And if someone is calling that work, Second City, and it's not, I don't think that's hating. So that's the weird part. But I do feel like over the years, both Charmaine and Ryan been on bullshit in one point or the other. I think last season Charmaine was the worst. And so she made a whole bunch of posts, long ass storylines about how she's been told that Ryan been hating on her. He be pillow talking to people who be fucking or whatever. And Ryan responded to me, "You got my number," and this laying to bring to social media. And how she noticed and she know that he went back and forth also with Neek. And it was just a whole bunch of conversations, which to me seemed too thirsty on Charmaine's point, because I feel like if you quit the show and you done with it, fuck Ryan. And if you think he hate on you, fuck Ryan. So a part of me don't understand why she brought this social media after, and she said she left the show. Now, Charmaine has the successful, the Baymont stuff. She's on the radio there in Chicago, and she has other things going. So I just didn't understand why it was the need for all of this just based on the psych post that was on social media. And even her bringing up how whoever he fucking or was fucking, told her that he be talking about her when they be fucking. That's weird to me. And how also the producers tell her when Ryan called her out her name. And I don't understand. But what do y'all think?
I think that Charmaine is a pathetic pick-me. And I think that because these men never fully accepted her, she has constantly been vying to be the sister or, the first lady of their clique. And they just constantly dismiss and disrespect her because she's a goofy bitch. She may be beautiful and all of that, but she's goofy as fuck. And honestly, the fact that she got Neek proves to us that Neek is goofy as fuck too. Which is
He was saying
why
shit too.
yeah, of course
Yep.
he was, because that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
After that last season with all of them, I was like, you goofy, your wife goofy, and y'all need to get y'all goofy asses off this show with y'all. Because like, why are you out here making money and having a good life and want to be on reality TV arguing with motherfuckers who don't really fuck with you or don't really like you? It's pathetic.
That's what I said. I was like, girl.
It doesn't even make sense. Look at the way she looking in this picture. Bitch, you is sad. And the way she did old boy on last season. Remember when she was throwing him under the bus, talking about she know what he did with old girl, trying to throw him under the bus. Prince, yeah.
But because she said in here how he tried to take her on air, her on air tattoo artist. I'm like, but you said fuck Prince and didn't even have a booth for him at the tattoo thing.
You treated him terribly. Like you treated him terribly even before you tried to out him as a cheater to his old lady. You treated him terribly. So, and then you're never on your business. And then when people try to tell you about it, you try to boss up on them. Like, this is my business and I'm a boss and all of this. Well, if you're a boss, then do what you need to do. So her having a tattoo shop and then saying it's not going to be on a reality show, girl, that shit ain't going to be open. Get the fuck out of here.
I high-key don't even care about this Ryan and Charmaine. I saw them going back and forth, but I didn't even catch everything of what was happening because the first thing that came to my mind, especially when I see, these people on VH1 arguing, I'd be like, is the show on the way back? Is the show on the way back? Because some part of me feels like this is how Charmaine is in the moment. I feel like she, reacts off impulse and stuff. So I feel like this is what's happening in the moment. And then a few months from now, when the show comes back or whatever, we're going to see Miss Charmaine because back like she never left. Me and Ryan worked some things out. But I mean, it could be that she about to have her second child and she just want to take a break. But I'm taking
she already had the baby.
Argument. She already had the baby?
Yeah, she had another little girl.
Oh, that's cute. So maybe she just wants to, take her time and be a mommy, to her kids and, take a break from it. But I don't know. I feel like they always do this brother-sister thing where they fight, they argue, they get back cool. They fight, they argue, they get back cool. So I feel like that's why I just be like, I hear y'all, but I don't hear y'all.
Like, get out of my face. Lastly, let's get into the Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter of it all. What the fuck? Lord Jesus. I don't think I've ever heard Kevin talk. I don't think I've ever seen him do an interview. So it was weird that he was on IG for an hour and like 9 minutes. He talked from day to night. I mean, literally, like watch the sun go down in the video. And why it was a whole bunch of shit. What he said basically was how he's always been there for Wendy. He took care of Wendy even during a divorce. How, he saved her life. How either management or the production company did not want to let her get help, but she did 2 blood transfusions and how just all these things. Now, I will say he at least admitted to fucking up and, he apologized to her for cheating on her and all this other bullshit. But I still felt like he was making it seem as if, well, we had all this money, whatever, but life wasn't great. So I did what I did and it was what it was. And I got a hold of the kid and that's what it is. So to me, that was complete bullshit on his end. And Wendy video where she was admitting that one, her lawyer was using her credit card to get lawyers. No, her manager was getting her use her credit card to get paid for a lawyer to file suit against her. They was giving her doctor's records to people at the bank. And that is how the bank ended up kind of freezing her accounts. And she still does not have access to her accounts. And she called out the lady at Wells Fargo and her ex-manager and the doctor who again gave her medical records to someone at the bank. So it was weird that Kevin is saying that people is using Wendy and Wendy's also saying the same thing. But I just want to get her money back to go sit down some damn where. That's all I want.
So am I supposed to believe that Kelvin has Wendy's best interest now? Cause like, okay, listen, I'm sorry, but from where I'm standing, Calvin has always viewed Wendy as somebody whose coattails he can ride to fame. She was already famous and he showed up to save her from getting her ass whipped by Total. So to me, you've always put yourself in a position to be needed, which is why I would not trust him being her savior in this situation, because it's almost like, is it just the manager, Calvin? Or did you help the manager in some type of way so that you can be a savior and get back in good with Wendy after you did all of these publicly embarrassing and fucked up things to her, having a baby with the other bitch and all of that, and moving into a house and flossing rings and cars that Wendy was paying for? And then after you ruined her business relationships with all of your bullshit, and now you want to turn around and act like you saving her and helping you because y'all still family and you still care about her? But you didn't give a fuck about her when you was dogging her out and spending her money on that other bitch and letting the paparazzi take pictures of it and then moving the bitch down the street from Wendy's house.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm more so, I watch too much Scandal. I watch way too many shows that play chess and not checkers for me to think that somehow the ex-manager was able to get her medical records alone with no extra help, credit card, all of it. See, I feel like, yeah, a manager can have access, but you can have access when the husband is helping you too. But I'm gonna let it go.
And I feel like I feel bad for Wendy because I feel like she's really vulnerable at this point, and she's always wanting Kevin back in her corner, and he's taking advantage of that, trying to come in and swoop in and save the day.
Child, I feel like Wendy is a pick-me, always has been, and that's part of the reason why she in this situation right now. Instead of forming real relationships with people, and I mean with women and other people around you that could help you, you allowed this nigga to isolate you so that you could solely depend on him, so you can feel like a damsel in distress and then also feel like a boss bitch at the same time.
That's very much how her documentary came off, just like that. And she knows that about herself. 100% that documentary came off just like that.
Grey Gardens. It's sad.
Hopefully she fixes it. James, you got anything to add?
Yes. Okay. Get well, Wendy.
That too.
Yeah, get well.
Which means fuck Kevin and Wendy get well. I do want her to get better though. Like
for real,
get better at home, but I don't want her better like for the show. Like get better at home and then chill out.
In a mental way, because whatever's going on, I feel like it's something deeply rooted inside her that I don't know if she's 100% taking accountability for. When I was watching Layla Lynn, drawing that correlation between Wendy and Whitney Houston, and then remembering when Whitney died and Wendy was on her show crying about the similarities in their lives. Whoo, that shit had me feeling away.
Being on coke, you can go. Look, some die from it, some don't. And now that Wendy is like, a bit sick, it's like, girl, we're gonna pray for you too. However, y'all, that's our whole show. Do not forget to follow all of us on social media. Bondy Blue, Ladies Corner, Jami ThatsMe, Necey Dixon. Follow us on IG and Twitter at OohLadiesFirst. You can email us at OohLadiesFirstPanel@gmail.com. We'll be back next Thursday on Necey's channel.
Yep, that's right.
Necey channel next Thursday. Okay, come on through. If you follow everybody, because that's the only way to always be here. If you're not following Bondy, how you know we on Bondy channel? Okay, if you ain't following me, how you know we over here? If you're not following Necey, how you gonna know where we at next week? Okay, and last but not least, make sure to like the video. We gotta go. Bye, y'all.